Start na tayo. Kaya nga, pag 3, start. The session is now called to order. Everybody is requested to rise for the singing of the national anthem. Please remain standing for an invocation to be led by Representative Rosana Ria Vergara, 3rd District, Nueva Ecija.
Almighty and ever-living God, yesterday marked the feast of the baptism of the Lord, signaling the end of the Christmas season. Yet the work of Christmas endures. We recall the words of civil rights leader and theologian Howard Thurman. When the song of the angel is stilled, when the star in the sky is gone, when the king and princess are home, when the shepherds are back in their flocks, the work of Christmas begins, to find the lost, to heal the broken, to feed the hungry, to release the prisoner, to rebuild the nations, to bring peace among the people, to make music in the heart. As the 17th Congress comes to a close, may we be guided by his words and draw strength and inspiration from the lives of our dearly departed colleagues from the 17th Congress. Deputy Speaker Rodel Batocabe, Congressman Dina Abad, Cong June Akbar, Cong Siriaco Kalalang, Congressman Maximo Dalog, and Congressman Tupay Luong, as well as former representatives and public servants Carmelo Tarzan Lazatin, Carmencita Reyes, and Franny Erigel, Governor George Hoffer, Governor Vicente Pimentel Jr., and Senator Edgardo Angara. Their earthly journey may have ended, but their legacies and advocacies will continue to live on through us. May we always remember that the essence of Christmas is a spirit of selfless service and love, which lasts throughout the year and never dies. May this new year be characterized by kindness, compassion, and goodwill amongst ourselves and to all we serve. And in this great silence, as we gather in the 17th Congress, the People's House, may we be ever mindful of the camaraderie and companionship we all share. We are all Filipinos who have been elected to perform a public responsibility for our country, and these carry many burdens and also a shared danger. Protect and defend us, dear Lord, with your power against all enemies. May our Blessed Mother Mary, Queen of Heaven and Earth, intercede for us. Dear God, we place all our trust in you now and forever. Bless our country, and may all that is done this day be for your greater glory and honor. Amen.
Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year, Speaker. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we defer the calling of the roll.
Is there an objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Mr. Speaker, I move also that we defer the approval of the journal.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none, the motion is approved.
Mr. Speaker, I now move that we take up the reference of business.
Is there an objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Reference of Business Bills on first reading. House Bill 8796, renewing the franchise granted to Amcara Broadcasting Network, Inc., Representative Tabunting.
To the Committee on Legislative Franchises.
House Bill 8797, prohibiting overloading of passengers in PUBs, Representative C. Alvarado.
To the Committee on Transportation.
House Bill 8803, providing for free and liberalized continuing professional development in the country, Representative Belaro.
To the Committee on Higher and Technical Education.
House Bill 8809, declaring July 12 every year a special non-working holiday in the entire country, Representative Belejano.
To the Committee on Revision of Laws.
House Bill 8810, institutionalizing the benefits and privileges of SK officials, Representative Biron.
To the Committee on Local Government.
Resolutions. House Resolution 2367, supporting ACT Teachers Party List, Representative Franz Castro, and calling for the dismissal of the trump-up charges, Representative Stino de Jesus Zarate, several others.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 2368, commending and congratulating Mr. Romnick L. Blanco, Representative Silverio.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 2369, direct the Committee on Oversight of the House to call on the NBI, DOF, BAR, DTI, DOLE, DOH, and National Tobacco Administration to conduct a briefing on the illegal manufacture of fake cigarettes, Representative Savillano.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 2370, conferring the Congressional Medal of Achievement of Honorable George Herbert Walker Bush, Representative Olivares.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 2371, recognizing the heroism and legacy of the brave sons of Balangiga, Representative Romualdez.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 2374, designating the year 2019 as the year of mutual exchanges between the Philippines and the Republic of Korea, Representative Belmonte.
To the Committee on Foreign Affairs.
House Resolutions 2375 to 2379, congratulating and commending Ms. Catriona Gray, Representatives Velasco,
To the,
Gelago.
to the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 2380, urging the Committee on Health to investigate the alarming death reports, Representative Vargas.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 2382, expressing sincere condolences and profound sympathies of the House on the death of Honorable Gilberto M. Duabit Sr., Representative Vargas.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 2383, calling for investigation by the Public Committee of the House on the exclusion of agriculturally viable parcels of land, Representative Suarez.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 2384, congratulating, commending, awarding a Congressional Medal of Distinction to Ms. Catriona Gray, Representative Olivares.
To the Committee on Rules.
Messages from the Senate, message dated December 10, informing the House of Senate even date passed Senate Joint Resolution 17.
To the Committee on Appropriations.
Message dated December 10, informing the House of Senate even date passed Senate Bill 1616.
To the Committee on Tourism.
Message dated December 10, informing the House of Senate even date passed Senate Bill 2081.
To the Committee on Rules.
Message dated December 10, informing the House of Senate even date passed Senate Bill 1823.
To the Committee on Justice.
Message dated December 10, informing the House of Senate even date passed Senate Bill 1888.
To the Committee on Population and Family Relations.
Message dated December 10, informing the House of Senate even date passed with amendments. Senate House Bill numbers 5717, 6166, 6914, and 7752.
To the Committee on Legislative Franchises.
Message dated December 10, informing the House of Senate even date passed with amendments. House Bill 7363.
To the Committee on Local Government.
House Message dated December 10, informing the House that on December 6, the Senate designated Senators Gordon Binay, Villanueva, Angara, and Aquino as conference to the Bicameral Conference Committee on Disagreeing Provisions, Senate Bill 1997, House Bill 8637.
To the Committee on Rules.
Message dated December 10, informing the House of Senate even date designated Senators Ontiveros, Poe, Binay, Pacquiao, and Aquino's conference to the Bicameral Conference Committee on Disagreeing Provisions of Senate Bill 2081 and House Bill 56875.
To the Committee on Rules.
Message dated December 10, informing the House December 6, the Senate designated Senators Villanueva, Ejercito, Angara, Pacquiao, and Ontiveros as conferees to the Bicameral Conference Committee on the Disagreeing Provisions of Senate Bill 192 and House Bill 8810.
To the Committee on Rules.
Messages dated December 10, informing the House that on even date the Senate approved the Conference Committee report on the Bicameral Conference Committee on the Disagreeing Provisions of Senate Bill 1391 and House Bill 8014 and Senate Bill 1896 and House Bill 5784.
To the Committee on Rules.
Messages dated December 10, informing the House that December 6, the Senate approved the Conference Committee report on the Bicameral Conference Committee on the Disagreeing Provisions of Senate Bill 1454 and House Bill 8078 and Senate Bill 1716 and House Bill 5615.
To the Committee on Rules.
Messages dated December 11, informing the House on the even date the Senate approved the Conference Committee report on the Bicameral Conference Committee on the Disagreeing Provisions of Senate Bill 192 and House Bill 8810 and Senate Bill 141, House Bill 8139.
To the Committee on Rules.
Messages dated December 12, informing the House on December 11, the Senate designated Senators Paul Recto, Subiri, Escudero, Hospederos as conferees to the Bicameral Conference Committee on Disagreeing votes on House Bill numbers 6315, 6914, 6431, and several others.
To the Committee on Rules.
Messages dated December 13, informing the House with even date the Senate approved the Conference Committee report on the Bicameral Conference Committee on disagreeing votes on House Bills number 6618 and 7385.
To the Committee on Rules.
Messages dated December 13, informing the House on even date the Senate approved the Conference Committee report on the Bicameral Conference Committee on disagreeing provisions of Senate Bills 1997 and House Bill 8637 and several others.
To the Committee on Rules.
Message dated December 17, informing the House on December 13, the Senate designated Senators Gatchalian, Ligata, Binay, Ejerson, Dirula as conference in the Bicameral Conference Committee on disagreeing provisions Senate Bill 1531, House Bill 8629.
Committee on Rules.
Communications. Letters dated November 9 and 29 of Salvador C. Medialdea.
To the Archives.
Letter dated December 13 of Salvador C. Medialdea.
To the Archives.
Letter dated December 14 of Salvador C. Medialdea.
To the Archives.
Letter dated December 28 of Salvador C. Medialdea.
To the Archives.
Letters dated 10 and 13 December 2018 of Janice G. Aison Sales.
To the Committee on Banks and Financial Intermediaries.
Letter dated 11 December of Reynaldo A. Catapang.
To the Committee on Overseas Workers and Affairs.
Letter dated 12 December of Honorable Milagros T. Tan.
To the Committee on Rules.
Letter dated December 13 of Salvador C. Medialdea.
To the Committee on Rules.
Committee reports, report numbers 1033, 1037, 1051, and 1052.
To the Committee on Rules.
Report numbers 1034 and 1035.
To the Committee on Rules.
Report number 1036.
To the Committee on Rules.
Report number 1038, 1039, and 1047.
To the Committee on Rules.
Report numbers 1040 and 1044.
To the Committee on Rules.
Report number 1045.
To the Committee on Rules.
Report number 1046.
To the Committee on Rules.
Report numbers 1048 to 1050.
To the Committee on Rules.
Report number 1053.
To the Committee on Rules. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we recognize the Honorable Alfredo Garbin, who wishes to avail of the collective and personal privilege. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. I recognize Representative Garbin for his
Thank you,
statement.
Mr. Speaker. My dear colleagues, friends, good afternoon. Mr. Speaker, I rise on a matter of personal and collective privilege. In solemn mourning over the loss of a colleague and a dear friend. Ako Bicol Party List will always be identified with Kong Rodel Batucabe, the energetic, loud-spoken gentleman from Daraga, the son of a public school teacher who strived hard to succeed, the lawyer from UP who worked part-time as congressional staff while in law school, and later on became legislator who championed advocacies for the environment, the disabled, the bullied, and the senior citizens. Last December 22, 2018, Kong Rodel, along with his police escort, SPO1 Orlando Diaz, was abruptly and unjustly taken away from us by several masked gunmen. Kong Rodel was doing his usual round of gift-giving for senior citizens and persons with disability in Barangay Burgos in Daraga. The gunmen who are now under police custody had the audacity to execute their evil act in broad daylight in front of numerous witnesses. Kong Rodel may be gone, but I know his legacy will live on. To those of us who love him, the pain of his passing will be long endured. We will certainly miss Batox, as we fondly call him, for his infectious laughter and boisterous character. Being my senior in Ako Bicol Party List, Kong Rodel naturally assumed the role of mentor and guide as we started our service in Congress way back in 2010. He was the most optimistic among the three of us representatives of Ako Bicol. He was also the most active during the campaign sorties and engagements. But he allowed each of us to have equal exposure. His words were, "We are all representing Ako Bicol, and Ako Bicol will be better represented with all of us." Behind his easygoing and carefree attitude, Kong Rodel is always thinking seriously of ways to advance Ako Bicol programs and advocacies through legislations. Once during an outreach program, he whispered to me, dull out projects can only do so much. Legislation is the key. Mr. Speaker, perhaps Kong Rodel's deep sense of public service made him an easy target for his killers. He didn't mind going to remote areas with little or no security personnel. He jokingly dismissed reminders and warnings from friends by saying patay kung patay, basta makapagserbisyo. Such was Kong Rodel's dedication to public service, that he chose to go first to his constituents to give gifts before celebrating the anniversary of his wedding on that fateful day of December 22. I cannot imagine the pain and devastation that his wife, Gertie, felt to have lost her most beloved on the day they were supposed to be celebrating their anniversary. For his friends and relatives, a welcome consolation to the pain of losing Rodel is the swift resolution of the murder. In this regard, Mr. Speaker, we commend the efforts of the Philippine National Police, especially PNP Chief Oscar Abayalde, the CIDG, as well as the local Daraga Police and the Provincial Police Office headed by Colonel Asueta. Thanks to their efforts, Kong Rodel and SPO Diaz double murder was not relegated to the growing number of unsolved killings in the country. We commend the excellent police work that caught the perpetrators to answer for their crime. Even then, we continue to urge the authorities to be relentless in the pursuit of closing this case. We hope they will immediately arrest the mastermind tagged by the suspect themselves, the incumbent mayor of Daraga. Additionally, we hope that this is the last incident of politically motivated killing in our country. There is simply no place for senseless killing with impunity in the democratic process of election. Let the informed electorate give their mandate to the deserving candidate. We join the call to put an end to the private armed groups, to dismantling and classification of loose firearms. Through these measures, we will be honoring Kong Rodel and all other public servants who lost their life trying to render service to the public. Thank you and good afternoon to all of you.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no members who wishes to interpolate, I move that we refer the speech of the Honorable Garbin to the Committee on Rules.
Is there an objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I now move that we open the privilege hour.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we recognize the Honorable Leopoldo Batawil of the 2nd District of Pangasinan to avail of the privilege hour. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. Representative Leopoldo Batawil, 2nd District, Pangasinan, is hereby recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today on a matter, hopefully, of general interest to us lawmakers. I rise to recall the Latin maxim omnia quaquimque lex loquitur aliter ad non omne. The law applies to all, otherwise to none at all. This time-honored precept has been the immutable keystone of countries that have come under the enduring sway of Roman law. Our former colonizer, Spain, was one. From Spain, it has become a part of our heritage. In recent days, it has come to the fore, although under contrasting and tragic circumstances. Through two noteworthy and well-publicized events. The first incident was the politically motivated murder on December 22, 2018 in Daraga, Albay, of our dear colleague, the late Congressman Rodel Masigan Batucabe of the Ako Bicol party list. Felled with him in the line of duty during the rain of an assassin's bullets was SPO2 Orlando Diaz, In record time, the Philippine National Police, under the able leadership of Police Director General Oscar David Albayalde, with superb teamwork among the PNP Special Investigation Task Force Batocabe, the Criminal Investigation and Detection Group, and Police Regional Office 5, has solved the case. 6 prime suspects and a key witness are now under police custody, including the confessed gunman who fired the fatal shots that took the lives of Representative Batocabe and SPO2 Diaz. The mastermind and his criminal cohorts now face preliminary investigation. And no doubt, success was achieved not only because of the dedication of high-ranking police officers, but also of the rank and file, men and women in uniform, all of whom in the performance of their sworn duty have been trained and oriented to put their lives on the line, such as SPO2 Diaz. With us today are non-officers of the Philippine National Police, of the Bureau of Fire, and the Bureau of Jail, and some officers of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. They come from the noble profession of the military and the police, and they too risk their lives so that others may live. Now and here, I put on record my commendation and admiration and my pride to all of them, present here today in this Hall of Justice, and those out there who are risking their lives for our countrymen, for our beloved country. The second incident was on December 26, 2018, in Gimbal, Iloilo, when PO3 Federico Macaya Jr. of the Gimbal Police Station was kicked, slapped, and hit with fist blows, and even spat on, while handcuffed and defenseless and hurled at gunpoint. The perpetrator was reportedly a distinguished member of our house. PO3 Macaya was lucky to escape with his life despite the gunshot fired on the air, thankfully not finding its mark. My heart bleeds for PO3 Macaya and many others who, like him, are all but nameless men and women in uniform, quietly serving and even dying, albeit some of them sometimes are subjected as well to assault, disrespect, and abuse by persons in high offices. The so-called mighty and powerful. I apologize if my words here today will ruffle some feathers. That is not my intention, my dear colleagues. I merely wish to remind us all that, as the Latin maxim I earlier recalled decrees, that the law applies to all, otherwise to none at all. I agree with PNP Director General Oscar Albayarde that this incident must not be allowed to pass without justice, and that PO3 Macaya must be provided appropriate legal assistance in pursuing his criminal complaint for charges arising from the incident and in defending himself against possible counter-charges. While members of Congress are known to come to the defense of a beleaguered colleague, this tradition must have its limits. I have risen today for PO3 Macaya and many others like him. This is not only the House of Representatives. This is the House of the people. It is and always be for those who have no voice or for those whose sentiments are hardly heard and in our venerable halls. In a few months' time, I shall be singing my swan song as a legislator. I have added 9 years from my time here to more than 30 years of dedicated service to our country and people as a man in uniform na kabilang sa hanay ng ating tapat at magigiting na kapulisan at ng mga men in uniform, including the Armed Forces of the Philippines. It has been my honor to serve with the PNP. It has been my honor to serve the people of my district in Pangasinan. And it has been my honor to serve with you, my dear colleagues. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay tayong lahat.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, to interpolate the Honorable Batawil, may we recognize the Honorable Gary Alejano of the Magdalo Party List.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. Representative Gary Alejano of Magdalo is hereby recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. I just would like to ask whether the gentleman from 2nd District of Pangasinan, Honorable Batawil, sir, is willing to answer some few questions and clarifications.
Yes, Your Honor. Willfully.
Thank you very much, Honorable Batawil, sir. I would like to express my appreciation with regard to the speech of the Honorable Batawil, and of course my greetings to all officers and men of Philippine National Police, not only those who are present here today, but to the entire organization of the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Philippine National Police. I would like to thank them for the service to the country as they have offered their lives to the Filipino people. The Philippine National Police and this representation from the Magdalo may sometimes be on opposing ends on certain topics, but nevertheless, I recognize their role and importance as the guardians of peace and order in our country. Hence, I, together with the Honorable Batawil, sir, and Honorable Acop and Honorable Espino, and other members of this chamber, have worked on numerous measures that aims to preserve the PNP's integrity and improve their efficiency in the performance of their function as protectors of the public safety and rule of law. Earlier this morning, I understand that both houses of Congress met to discuss the provisions provided under House Bill number 8628, which the Honorable Batawil and myself principally authored, and its counterpart measure in the Senate, which seeks to transfer the Philippine National Police Academy and the National Police Training Institute from the Philippine Public Safety College to the PNP, which would hopefully strengthen the foundation of a highly efficient, effective, and competent police force. And I would like to confirm this with the Honorable Batawil, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. At about exactly 12:30 noontime, chaired by Senator Lacson and our chairman of the Committee on Public Order and Safety, Congressman Romeo Acop, we tackled the said bill and we were able to approve and agree on the on various provisions, and now it's taking its course, Your Honor, sir.
Thank you, Honorable Batawil, sir. And with regards to Republic Act 8551, do you think, sir, we need to revisit in order to amend such law, specifically the provision granting police powers to local chief executives, as it makes members of the Philippine National Police answerable to government officials rather than strengthening its independence, especially when it comes to abuses committed by local chief executives or the members of the PNP?
Yes, Your Honor. I personally believe that such measure will take its course. Likewise, because these have been the continuing clamor of men in uniform for them to be led, to be governed, to be administered by the Chief PNP. And there had been House bills related to this that were filed in the previous Congresses. I remember one House bill which I also sponsored, but sad to say, but to this date, it did not take due course, Your Honor, sir.
Thank you, Honorable Batawal, sir. I understand that it has been 5 decades already that we have been battling insurgency problems in our country. And I also understand that the peace and order is the responsibility of the local chief executive. Dapat sa local po yun ang peace and order. Ang tanong ngayon, why is it na pagkatapos po ng 5 dekada ay meron pa ring rebellion sa ating bansa? Ang aking tanong po, have you heard about the issue on some local government officials supporting the New People's Army and even paying revolutionary taxes and even permit to campaign? Kasi po, Honorable Batawel and Mr. Speaker and my colleagues, ang hirap po lumaban sa ganitong laban na kung saan gobyerno din po ang sumusuporta indirectly sa kalaban ng Estado. What's your comment on this, Honorable Batawel, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. It's really sad to note that some of our elected officials are supportive of the cause of the enemies of the state. I myself, when I was a provincial director of Negros Occidental, then I became a provincial director of my own province of Pangasinan, and as regional director of Region 1, and then later on as NCRPO, I have been persistently receiving reports of some local officials, especially during campaign period, providing support in whatever way to the so-called enemies of the state, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, Honorable Batawel, sir, and Mr. Speaker. Naitanong ko po yan dahil yung seguridad ng ating bansa, yung peace and order, ay hindi po lamang responsibility ng pulis at ng ating militar. Responsibilidad po natin lahat yan. Dahil meron pong mindset na parang excuse ang lahat ng ahensya ng gobyerno pagdating sa seguridad at bahala na ang Philippine National Police and the military. But I would like to state that the PNP and the armed forces can only do so much. Kahit ano pong gagawin ho nila, pag ang lokal naman ho ay tumutulong at sumusuporta sa mga rebelde o mga terorista, hindi po matatapos ang patayan sa kapwa Pilipino. Kaya nga po, I think it's high time that we should review the Local Government Code of 1991, Republic Act 6975, and Republic Act 8551 para po, once and for all, maging aware ang ating ahensya ng gobyerno at high government officials ng kanilang responsibility in the overall security picture of our country. Any comment, Sir Paul Batao, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. For many years, that was the subject of peace and development seminar and workshop among local officials, among government agencies, both local and national, among NGOs, among people of the Republic. For many instances, we actively participated in this forum because we recognize the fact that the military and the police and the uniformed personnel cannot solve this problem alone. But it has to be a concerted effort, a teamwork, so that the causes of insurgency will be addressed and there will be no reason for these insurgents to exist. For example, what are the causes of insurgency? Your Honor, we always say it's poverty. Who should address poverty Hindi ba tayo ng mga elected officials? Hindi ba tayo ng mga appointed officials? And the military and the PNP, hindi nila province yan. Hindi nila concern yan. But you will find out that they are very active in various activities of addressing poverty. I was a director of police community relations. Anong ginawa ko? So that the Philippine National Police will be brought closer to the people. We address various concerns like livelihood, no? Whatever livelihood na pwede naming i-provide doon sa mga localities na kaya na i-provide ng ating PNP, ginagawa namin po. That is one of the roles of the police community relations and many others. Like for example, education, no? Education, there are still many of our people who are illiterate, no? And sad to say that in spite of the biggest budget, every year thereafter, when we deliberate on our Appropriations Act, it is always the DepEd, the education sector, that has the biggest chunk of budget. But sad to say, there are still many of our kababayans, kabaluyans, as we call it in Pangasinan, who are less educated. And these are many, and there are many more, like injustice, no? Injustice, soft state, and abuse of authority. So that's it. Poverty, illiteracy, injustice, abuse of authority, and soft state. Soft state, ano ba ito? Ito yung walang political will, walang guts to implement the law, and other related matters, Your Honor, sir.
Maraming salamat po, Ginoong Batawal, sir. In relation to that, ako po ay dating sundalo din and I experienced that sa field. Ginawa na po nating doktor, teacher, construction workers, ang ating military at ang police. Ito po ang nagtatanggal sa kanila sa kanilang primary mandate na kung saan sana ay ginawa na ito ng mga ahensya ng gobyerno. That is why I agree that it should be a whole-of-nation approach. Hindi lamang po ng PNP, hindi lamang po ng military, kaya po doon din po nanggaling ang representante na ito. When I say na hindi lahat ng problema ay kasagutan ay patayan, hindi lahat ng problema ay militar ang solusyon o operation lamang. Yun po nanggagaling tayo nung tayo ay nag-oppose sa extension of martial law dahil wag ho sana tayong pumasok sa sitwasyon na kung saan naranasan na po natin yan in the past and it did not work. What we wanted is for all agencies of government to really function as they should para hindi ma-overburden ang ating military ng ating PNP at magawa po nila ang kanilang mandato po. Honorable Batawal, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. I understand that this present administration under President Rodrigo Duterte is working on that, on the one nation, one government approach. And it is the right direction. It is the right solution involving everyone, not only the private, not only the government, but everyone that has a say on improving the lives of our people on the ground, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Batawal, sir. Mr. Speaker, sa akin po, kailangan maging holistic at hindi lamang ang militar at ang police ang magiging nasa forefront ng peace and security. Now, Honorable Batawal, sir, in relation to Republic Act 6975, nailagay po noon nung naipasang batas na ito na yung insurgency problem ng ating bansa should be with the Philippine National Police. Pagkatapos po ng ilang taon, in fact, from 1992 hanggang 1998, ay pumasa po ulit tayo ng Republic Act 8551 at binalik ang primary responsibility sa ating armed forces when it comes to internal security operations. And now, in relation to this, hindi ba ho dapat makapacitate natin ang ating Philippine National Police? Sa gayon, ang ating armed forces would be able to shift from internal security operations to external defense. Kasi yun po ang dahilan na for the longest time, natali po ang ating armed forces sa internal issues at napabayaan po natin ang ating external defense. And that's the reason why butas-butas po ang ating bansa dahil napakahaba po ng coastline ng ating bansa, around 36,000 kilometers na hindi po natin mabantayan. And ito na po yung panghihimasok at pangaagaw ng bansang China sa atin. So, Honorable Bataol, sir, would you support a measure that would finally support the Philippine National Police into shifting it to be the primary unit responsible for the internal security operation. But of course, we have to capacitate them, we have to support them so that finally the armed forces will be able to focus on the external defense.
Yes, Your Honor. I fully agree with that. In fact, tingnan nyo na lang yung department na kinalalagyan nito ng Philippine National Police. Hindi po ba Department of Interior and Local Government? Therefore, dapat ito yung puwersa. Ito yung kamay na dapat gamitin ng DILG upang i-address yung internal security matters. But, tama po rin po kayo na i-capacitate po natin. Sa ngayon, ang setup ng Philippine National Police ay mayroon pong PNP Special Action Force, no? Yung PNP Special Action Force, kumbaga, ay masasabi natin na ang equipage nito at saka yung mga tauhan nito tama sa training, tama rin sa equipment. Although, there is still room for improvement, no? On the ground, sa regional at saka sa provincial, mayroon pong yung regional mobile group at saka yung provincial mobile group. Ito po yung puwersa naman ng regional commander o regional director at saka ng provincial director na i-address yung insurgency. But tama rin kayo na kinakailangan i-support natin ng todo-todo ang mga to kung gusto natin na maging effective sila sa kanilang counter-insurgency operations.
Maraming salamat po, Sir Paul Bataol. Mr. Speaker, while I understand that natatali po ang ating Philippine National Police sa batas na Republic Act 8551 na kung saan sila po ay support lamang sa internal security operations. Kaya mas maganda po maamindahan yung batas na yan para ho merong kaakibat na suporta at pondo sa ating Philippine National Police. And ang ating armed forces ay hindi natatali doon sa probisyon ng batas na yan na makapag-shift finally sa internal security operations to external defense operation. Now, Honorable Bataol, sir, habang naiintindihan po natin ang kabayanihan ng ating sundalo at pulis na tinaya nila yung buhay para sa paglilingkod sa ating mga kababayan, hindi rin po lingid sa atin na meron ding umaabuso sa kanilang pwesto, sa kanilang panunungkulan. Now, meron hong debate kung ano ba ang disciplinary measures o yung justice system na pwedeng i-implement within the Philippine National Police. Para sa gayon, ang gumagawa po ng labag sa batas ay hindi po makakasira doon sa mga karamihang gustong magsilbi sa bayan. So ano po ang tingin niyo po dito? Ano pong pwede natin gawin upang magkaroon po ng effective na disiplina sa ating hanay ng kapulisan?
Magandang tanong po yun, Mr. Speaker. Dahil sa mahabang usapin po ito doon sa PNP Modernization Bill na aking ipinasa. Pero hanggang ngayon ay kasalukuyan pa rin pinag-uusapan kung paano ma-strengthen yung internal discipline ng ating Philippine National Police. Pero ang magandang balita po, yung Internal Affairs Service ng PNP ay based on its performance, no, as they have submitted to us in their previous reports, ay yung acceptance rating ng taong bayan sa kanila ay umaangat. Sana po, kung ang hiling ng karamihan ay maging independent po ito, maging independent na organisasyon o ahensya sa Philippine National Police upang hindi maging subservient, so to speak. Yun po ang mga iba-ibang inputs na galing sa iba-ibang sektor. At pinag-aaralan po yan ng ating Committee on Public Order and Safety, Mr. Speaker.
In fact, Mr. Speaker, Honorable Tawad, sir, itong paglipat ng Philippine National Police Academy at PNTI sa Philippine National Police ay isang hakbang upang makita natin sino ba talaga ang responsibilidad ng paghubog ng disiplina ng ating PNP, because right now, these training institutions are still under the Philippine Public Safety College. So pag nailipat ho natin, and I hope mapepermahan po itong maging batas, para diretso na po nating masingil ang liderato ng PNP kung merong mang kapalpakan sa kanilang pagsasanay at sa disiplina ng ating Philippine National Police. Now, Mr. Speaker, ako po yung natutuwa na meron pong mga hakbang na papatibay sa disiplina ng ating Philippine National Police. At the same time, pag-recognize ng kanilang sakripisyo sa ating bayan. But at the same time, hindi po dapat tayo pipigil o tumigil sa paghanap ng kaparaanan upang ang ating kapulisan ay gagawa ng tama at ayon sa ating konstitusyon rather than cutting short of the process na kung saan ay masisira pong ating institusyon at magiging panganib po yan sa buong estado ng demokrasya ng ating bansa. So maraming salamat po, Mr. Speaker and Honorable Batawal, sir, for your privileged speech, and at the same time for your service also to this August Chamber as a member of this 17th Congress, and good luck po sa inyo sa bagong karir niyo po. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat po, Mr. Speaker.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, before we continue with the interpellation of our members, may I move that we suspend first the privilege area and its interpellation, and I move that we call the roll of the honorable members.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. The Secretary General is requested to call the roll.
Roll of members, Honorable Representatives Abaya, Abayon, Abellanosa, Abu, Abueg, Acharon, Acop, Acosta, Acosta Alba, Adyong, Advincula, Agarao, Agabao, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez Franz, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbizon, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagao, Bagatsing, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Barzaga, Batawil, Bautista Bandigan, Belaro, Belmonte Feliciano, Belmonte Jose Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertiz, Biazon, Billones, Biron, Bolilla, Bondok, Bordado, Bravo Anthony, Bravo Maria Vida, Brosas, Bulot Begtang, Cagas, Calderon, Calixto Robiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casilaw, Castelo, Castro Franz, Castro Fredenil, Katamco, Cayetano, Celeste, Serafica, Ceriles, Chavez, Chipeco, Coanco, Collantes, Cortés, Cortuna, Cosalan, Crisólogo, Cuba, Quaresma, Cueva, Dalipe, Datol, Daza, De Jesus, de Venecia, Defensor, Del Mar, Del Rosario, Del Oso Montalia, Dimaporo Abdullah, Dimaporo Muhammad Khalid, Duavit, Durano, D. Elago, Enverga, Erice, Erigel, Ermita Buhain, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Evardone, Fariñas, Fernando, Juliet Marie, Ferrer Juliet, Ferrer Luis, Ferrer Ferriol, Floirendo, Flores, Fortun, Fortuno, Fuentebella, Garbin, Garces, Garcia Gwendolyn, Garcia Jose Enrique, Garcia Albano, Garin Oscar, Garin Sharon, Gasataya, Gatchalian, Heron, Go Ana Cristina, Go Mark, Gomez, Gonzaga, Gonzalez Alexandria, Gonzalez Aurelio, Gonzalez Fernando, Goriseta, Gullias, Hernandez Ferdinand, Hernandez Paul, Herrera D, Hoffer, Halushos, Javier, Konghun, Labad-Labad, Lacson, Lagman, Lanete, Laogan, Lazatin, Liachon, Lee, Limcaychong, Lobregat, Lopez Benher, Lopez Carlo, Lopez Manuel, Loyola, Macapagal Arroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawang, Mangudadato Suharto, Mangudadato Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos, Mariño, Marquez, Martinez, Matugas, Meliana, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles, Nolasco, Núñez Malañaon, Oamenal, Ocampo, Olivares, Ong Edwin, Ong Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Vininola, Pacquiao, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papandayan, Pichay, Pico, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Primicias Agabas, Kimbo, Radaza, Ramirez Sato, Ramos, Relampagos, Revilla, Roapuno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodriguez Isidro, Rodriguez Maximo, Roman, Romero, Romualdez, Romualdo, Roque, Sakdalan, Sagarbaria, Sahali, Salceda, Salimbangon, Salo, Salon, Sambar, Sandoval, Sancopan, Santos Recto, Sarmiento Cesar, Sarmiento Edgar Mary, Savellano, Sema, Siao, Silverio, Singson, Swansing Estrelita, Swansing Horacio, Suarez, C. Alvarado, Tambunting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Sherney, Tejada, Teves, Tianco, Ting, Tino, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupas, T, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Unico, Uy Juliet, Uy Rolando, Uy Barreta, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Velarde, Velasco Lord, Velasco Catera, Veloso, Vergara, Villafuerte, Villanueva, Villaraza Suarez, Villarica, Villarin, Violago, Yap Arthur, Yap Milesio, Yap Victor, Yud, Zamora Maria Carmen, Zamora Ronaldo, Zarate Zubiri. Mr. Speaker, the roll call shows that 206 members responded to the call.
With 206 present, the chair declares a quorum. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we approve Journal Number 40 dated December 11, 2018. Copies thereof have been distributed to the members. So moved, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved.
Likewise, Mr. Speaker, I move that we approve Journal Number 41 dated December 12, 2018. Copies thereof have also been distributed to the members. So moved, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we are in receipt of a bicameral conference committee report on the disagreeing provisions of House Bill number 8637 and Senate Bill number 1997, creating the Regional Investment and Infrastructure Coordinating Hub of Central Luzon. In accordance with our rules, I move that we ratify the said bicameral conference committee report. So moved, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved.
Likewise,
Chair.
Mr. Speaker, we are in receipt
Mr.
of...
Chairman, Mr. Speaker,
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, may we know the...
we would like to manifest a real number of members on the floor who answered the roll call. We want to be honest. We want always an accurate count. We have a quorum. We are not questioning the quorum because we have more than 160 on the floor. But it's not 206. Malayo po yun. Pag hindi po natin pinuna ito, pupunta na naman tayo sa make-believe, the fantasy of creating a quorum where there is none. We have a quorum, but it is not composed of 206 members. We only have about 162 on the floor right now.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we note the manifestation of the Honorable Atienza.
Manifestation is hereby noted. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, we are in receipt of the bicameral conference committee report on the disagreeing provisions of House Bill number 8417 and Senate Bill number 1439, establishing the Energy Virtual One-Stop Shop for the purpose of streamlining the permitting process of power generations. And in accordance with our rules, Mr. Speaker, I move that we ratify the said bicameral conference committee report. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there an objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved.
Mr. Speaker, we are also in receipt of the bicameral conference committee report on the disagreeing provisions of House Bill number 8419 and Senate Bill number 1397, preventing the use of motorcycles in the commission of crimes through bigger number plates and identification marks. Likewise, in accordance with our rules, I move that we ratify the said bicameral conference committee report. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there an objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we designate the following members to the Bicameral Conference Committee on the disagreeing provisions of House Bill numbers 7376 and Senate Bill number 1823 on further strengthening the office of the Solicitor General by increasing its powers and functions, namely, number 1, Honorable Doy Leachon, Honorable Vicente Viloso, Honorable Henry Uwaminal, Honorable Strike Revilla, Honorable Ronsalo, Honorable Joaquin Chipeco, and Honorable Anthony M. Bravo. So moved, Mr. Speaker.
Is there an objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we designate the following members to the Bicameral Conference Committee on the Disagreeing Provisions of House Bill number 8629 and Senate Bill number 1531 regarding the institutionalizing an energy efficiency and conservation programs, namely Honorable Lord Alan J. Velasco, Honorable Carlos Romano Ibarreta, Honorable Jose Enrique Garcia III, Honorable Mark Aaron Sambar, Honorable Reynaldo Umali, and Honorable Orestes Salon. So moved, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved.
Mr. Speaker, before we continue with the interpellations, may we recognize the members of the AFP, the Armed Forces of the Philippines, the Philippine National Police, the Bureau of Fire Protection, the Bureau of Jail and Management Penology, who are present in the gallery. They are the guests of Honorable Leopoldo Batawil.
May the guest of Honorable Batawil please stand to be recognized. PNP, BJNP, Bureau of Fire, welcome to the House of Representatives. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, we now move that we continue with the privilege hour, and may we recognize the Honorable Leonardo Batawil for his privileged speech. And to continue with the interpellation, I now move that we recognize the Honorable Romeo Acop of the 2nd District of the Antipolo City. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. Honorable Romeo Acop is hereby recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. May I know if my esteemed colleague from the 2nd District of Pangasinan would be willing to accept some clarificatory questions?
Yes, Your Honor. My pleasure.
May I know if my esteemed colleague would know what profession, ano ang profession na yung mga membro nito ay nagpapakamatay para sa kanilang mga kliyente?
Of course, obviously, Your Honor, the police and the military and all the uniformed personnel, many of them are here today in this honorable August body, August Hall, and some of them are out there in the countryside risking their lives so that others may live, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor, Mr. Speaker. May I know if my esteemed colleague from Pangasinan would know the definition of dignity?
Dignity, Your Honor. Easily I can check on the internet, but Tagalogin ko na lang po, Your Honor, para lahat maintindihan. Dignity ay karangalan. Dangal na inherent sa isang tao, sa isang mamamayan, sa isang individual. Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. From the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, it is defined as the quality or state of being worthy, honored, or esteemed. From the Oxford Dictionary, it's a state or quality of being worthy of honor or respect. From the Cambridge Dictionary, the importance and value that a person has that makes other people respect them or makes them respect themselves. Would you agree with this definition?
Yes, Your Honor. Fully agree.
Yes. Now, may I ask my esteemed colleague, Mr. Speaker, whether a certain PO3 Makaya of the Gimbal Police Station, does he have dignity?
Yes, Your Honor. Definitely. Mr. PO3 Makaya has a dignity just like any other individual Filipino citizen.
Regardless of your rank or title, regardless of your color, regardless of your race, regardless of your religion, each and every Filipino has his dignity. Would you
Yes.
agree with that?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe that when a person, at the time of his birth, that individual has already a dignity of his own, Mr. Speaker.
Would you know of a legal basis that would support your answer that each and every Filipino or individual would have dignity?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe that it is enshrined in our Constitution, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, I agree with you, Your Honor. Under Section 11, Article 2, the Declaration of Principles and State Policies. Section 11 states, the state values the dignity of every human person and guarantees full respect for human rights. Tama po.
Yes, Your Honor.
Also, in Republic Act number 6713, under Section 4, Norms of Conduct of Public Officials and Employees, under paragraph C, public officials and employees shall remain true to the people at all times. They must act with justness and sincerity and shall not discriminate against anyone, especially the poor and the underprivileged. They shall at all times respect the rights of others and shall refrain from doing acts contrary to law, good morals, good customs, public policy, public order, public safety, and public interest. These two laws, one the Constitution, the other Republic Act number 6713, an act establishing a code of conduct and ethical standards for public officials and employees, would say that each and every individual Filipino in our country would have dignity worthy of respect. Tama po ba yun?
Yes, Your Honor.
And therefore, PO3 Makaya should have been afforded the respect that is proper or appropriate to him.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you. May I ask, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor, your concept of respect?
Mr. Speaker, my respect, my concept of respect accorded to an individual transcends any level of society, whether he is poor, whether he is rich, whether he is in the government, whether he is in private, whatever profession he may belong, Your Honor, that individual must be given due respect. Even the criminals, even the convicted ones, these individuals must be given due respect.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. For the information of all, under or in the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, as a noun, it is defined as high or special regard, or quality or state of being esteemed. As a verb, to consider worthy of high regard. The other dictionaries have the same, basically the same, shall we say, definition insofar as the term respect is concerned. Now, may I ask, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor, whether the third lowest rank, PO3 Makaya, in the Philippine National Police is worthy of respect?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Speaker, definitely. As I've said, any individual whether he belongs to the government or not, whatever rank he wears, whether he's a PO1, PO2, or PO3, or the highest ranking PNP official, they all must be given due respect.
It is reported, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor, that when the incident happened, PO3 Macaya was in full uniform of the Philippine National Police. Is that true?
Yes, Your Honor, based on the
Yes.
report.
And would you agree, if we or somebody does not respect the individual, we must also respect the uniform that he wears?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Speaker, because that particular individual wears the uniform which represents a noble profession and institution of the Philippine National Police. Mr. Speaker, sir.
And would you agree with me, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor, that if legislators do not respect the uniform or the individual wearing that uniform, would you expect that ordinary people will respect the police force or the members of the police force?
Mr. Speaker, who else will respect these people in uniform if we ourselves will not?
Thank you, Your Honor. May I know, what is your concept of abuse of authority?
Mr. Speaker, in my 33 years of service as a policeman, that particular provision of law for us to be very judicious in the application of our power and duties and responsibilities, we must never abuse it. We must be fair to our concern. Mr. Speaker, along that line, I hope that I have specifically answered our dear colleague.
The definition, official definition of abuse of authority is the improper use of authority by someone that has that authority because he or she holds a public office. What is your concept of the term oppression?
May I ask for clarification, Mr. Speaker?
Mr. Speaker, Your Honor, may I ask what is your concept of oppression?
Oppression, Mr. Speaker, is very much similar to the abuse of authority. When you disgrace a particular individual and impose upon him unjust and unlawful actions, that to me is in itself an act of oppression, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Your Honor. The legal definition of oppression, according to a Supreme Court ruling, Ochate versus Deling, oppression has been defined as an act of cruelty, severity, unlawful exaction, domination, and excessive use of authority. May I ask the Honorable Representative of the 2nd District of Pangasinan whether there was abuse of authority and oppression in the event that happened on December 26, 2018 in Gimbal, Iloilo?
Yes, Your Honor. This is being investigated properly by the authorities, that particular case of abuse of authority, and we respect whatever disposition, whatever judgment that these particular agencies of government will decide and impose, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Your Honor, Mr. Speaker. You mentioned in your speech that the PNP is not without its faults. Is that correct, Your Honor? In your speech, you mentioned that the PNP is not without its faults.
The PNP,
Is not without its faults. May mga kakulangan din sa PNP.
of course, Mr. Speaker, the PNP is not a perfect organization. It is just like any other organization in the country and in the world. But the PNP is trying its best to transform to a better institution so that we can all be proud of. In fact, there is this ongoing transformation program that they are implementing, and they are employing the services of experts from the outside so that they will be able to give inputs on how the PNP can well be appreciated by the people they serve and how they can be effective in their mandate of protecting this country and the people, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, Your Honor, thus a PNP member who is allegedly at fault deserve the kind of treatment he received in Gimbal?
Mr. Speaker, the people themselves will say what transpired thereat and what should have been done and what should not have been done. Mr. Speaker, I need not elaborate.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. But are there any rules that would have been applied to him as a purportedly erring member of the PNP? Are there rules in the Philippine National Police which would have been resorted to in order to discipline if that erring PNP member committed such acts?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, there are established rules and regulations. And what should have been done is that the subject official should have reported it to the authorities. The chief of police is there. The provincial director can easily be contacted. The regional director can easily be summoned if they want to. But it's the other way around which happened. And I was hoping that if indeed PO3 Makaya committed some improper actions on the handling of a case, he should have been reported to the superior, senior officers, and even to the Internal Affairs Service. And watch over the actions of these officers so that if their actions are not proper, then they can report it to the higher authorities. I believe that is the proper thing to do, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. As a public official yourself, do you agree that the act of assaulting another person, much more a man in uniform, would constitute a failure to observe the standards of professional conduct of public officials?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Your Honor, Mr. Speaker. I have asked these questions from our esteemed colleagues to be some sort of reminders to those people who occupy positions of power and influence, that each and every individual or each and every Filipino is granted that kind of dignity which is supposed to be protected by law. As it is, sometimes because of reasons beyond our control, we violate these laws. I hope this serves as a reminder Thank you, Your Honor, for answering candidly the questions that I have propounded. And thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the privilege of having the opportunity to interpolate my esteemed colleague. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat po, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no other members who wishes to interpolate, I move that we refer the speech of the Honorable Leonardo Patawil and the interpolations thereof to the Committee on Ethics and Privileges. So moved, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we recognize the Honorable Lito Atienza of the Buhay Party List to avail of the privilege hour. So moved, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. Representative Lito Atienza of Buhay Party List is hereby recognized.
Maraming salamat po, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Majority Floor Leader. And I would like to be given the chance to deliver a personal and collective, on the basis of a personal and collective privilege, a very important issue now raging in our land. We are talking about the Catholic Church. The church where about 80% of our people and 80% of our members belong to. Nais ko pong pansinin at ibigay sa ating talata ang nangyayari ngayon na bago ito'y lumala pa, tumulong tayo na ito'y maapuhap. Mr. Speaker, the President is someone who has been appointed and mandated by God. Yung po paniniwala ng mga Katoliko na ang sino mang nahahalal na Pangulo ay pinili ng Panginoong Diyos. Sa ganyang klaseng pananaw, nung nanalo po si Pangulong Duterte, isa na po ang inyong lingkod, tumanggap ng liderato na ibinibigay niya sa atin. At this point in time, I would like to stress, we continue to support the President in his efforts to give the Filipinos a better life and a more prosperous nation. Sinuportahan natin ang kanyang pagsisikap, labanan ng droga. At harapin ang problema ng droga na kung saan ang pusher at ang user ay parehong napaparusahan. Ang mga politikong nasa likod ng mga pusher na ito ay hulihin at parusahan din. The campaign against drugs has gone a long way in instilling in the minds of our people, embedded in our minds and our hearts, the drug problem is everybody's problem. So that score, we agree with him. Tinulungan po natin siya sa kanyang mga panukala. Bigyan natin ng pansin ang ating militar, bigyan natin ng tamang sweldo ang kapulisan, lahat po yan, pinagsikapan natin. May dadagdag po. May dadagdag pa ako. Sinuportahan natin ang ating kapulisan nung sila nagsalita na hindi nila pwedeng tanggapin yung mga bahay kalapati na ibinigay sa kanila ng dating administrasyon. Our policemen and our military men deserve better housing, and in that score, we are with them. And the whole Congress, I'm sure, are supportive of the President's decision. Marami pa po tayong dapat ayusin. At tayo po naman ay handang sumunod at tumulong sa lahat ng paraan. Ang hindi ko lang maintindihan, Mr. Speaker, bakit kailangan ang simbahang Katoliko ay palagi na lamang nalalagay sa sentro ng hindi tamang pananaw? Our President has been quoted many times, even cursing God, even calling our God names which do not belong to the mouth of a leader. Alam po niyo, Mr. Speaker, nakakabahala kapag nakita niyo at narinig niyo sa radyo at telebisyon ang ganyang uring kawalan ng respeto sa ating Panginoon Diyos. Ako po'y lumaki bilang isang mag-aaral kung saan ang ating Pangulo ay nag-aaral din. Ateneo. Kami po'y nagsanay at tinuruan ng wasto sa pamamagitan ng ating pananampalatayang Katoliko. Bakit kailangan ang ating Pangulo ay magkaroon ng ganung uring katayuan kung saan itinuturing niya ang Katoliko, ang simbahan ay mali at siya lang ang tama? Why is he insulting even our faith? Sabihin ninyo na walang katotohanan ang buhay ng ating mga santo at ang ating mga martir at ang mga Katolikong nagpakamatay sa kanilang pananampalataya ay hindi po tama. Sabihin ninyo na ang ating mga obispo ay dapat patayin. Bakit po naman ganon? We are creating a climate of fear and a climate of death, a culture of death which does not belong to our time. The President is a man of political will. We respect him for that. The President is a man who's committed to uplift the lives of the Filipinos. We are with him on that. But we cannot even countenance a smile on our face whenever we hear him insulting our faith. If there is one thing that binds the Filipinos together, if there is one element why we keep on being the happiest man on earth, alam po ba ninyo na ang Pilipino ay tinuturing na pinakamaligayang tao sa balat ng lupa sa mga pagsusuri ng mga dalubhasa? Sapagkat meron tayong tinatanaw na Panginoong Diyos. Meron tayong itinuturing na tanggulan ng katotohanan at ng ating pananampalatayang nagmumula sa Panginoong Hesukristo. Sino po ba nagtatag ng simbahang Katoliko? Ito po ba si Juan de la Cruz? Ito po ba isang pangkaraniwang pari o obispo? Hindi po. Ang nagtatag ng ating simbahan ay Panginoong Hesukristo. At ito'y itinatag sa bato. It was founded on rock. At sabi nga ng ating Panginoon, mananatili ang simbahang ito sa balat ng lupa sa habang panahon hanggat meron pa panahon ng tao. The church cannot be destroyed, Mr. Speaker. The church cannot even be affected, Mr. Speaker. Many have attempted to destroy the faith, to destroy the Catholic Church. They all failed. I don't want President Duterte to fail. I want him to succeed in his administration. I want all of us to succeed in our common efforts to give the Filipinos a better life. But to keep on picking on the Catholic Church will not make him succeed. I'm scared of the future. Nakatatakot po na ang ating hinaharap at ng ating Pangulong Duterte ay medyo may kadiliman. Hindi po nagtagumpay si Haring Herodes nung nais niyang patayin ang mga sanggol na pinanganak si Kristo. Hindi po nagtagumpay ang mga hari at mga diktador sirain ang simbahang Katoliko. Hindi rin magtatagumpay si Pangulong Duterte kung ito ang pag-uukulan niya ng pansin. Let's concentrate on what is good for the Filipinos. Let's concentrate and give our efforts to whatever will give us a better life, a better economy, a better peace and order. Let's give the policemen bigger houses, more salaries, so that we can attain this together as a one government. But if you tell me that the solution lies in killing our priests, huwag naman. Mahirap po magpari. Mabutit meron pang nagpapari sa ngayon. Kung sasabihin natin, sakta ng mga obispo sapagkat sila yung nagnanakaw, eh, bago po natin sang-ayun na yun, sabihin natin, yung mga politikong nagnanakaw, unahin natin. Because it is not even fair to even look at the priests and the bishops whenever we talk about corruption. Nakikiisa tayo sa ating Pangulo, labanan ng korupsyon, subalit, huwag nating isentro sa simbahang Katoliko. merong mga nangyayaring hindi tama sa simbahan, katulad din po ng nangyayari sa maraming simbahan na hindi Katoliko. But we cannot condemn anyone on the basis of allegations. Kailangan mapatunayan, maparusahan kung sino man ang may sala. So therefore, Mr. Speaker, I take this opportunity. I'm one of those who support the President when he is correct. I am one of those who criticize the President when he is wrong. Ang loyalty ko po ay nasa ating Pangulo. Subalit hindi ko siya masasamahan sa kanyang direksyon na lipustahin, maliitin, insultuhin, at ibigay ang pataw ng pananakit at kamatayan sa mga pari ng ating simbahan. We have to correct this. We have to voice ourselves. We have to register our collective voices that we do not condone this kind of a government attitude, especially words coming from the President, no less. Kailangan po nating pag-usapan to. Kailangan po nating punahin ito. At huwag naman sana igagalit ng ating Pangulo na si Lito Atienza ay tumatayo sa panig ng kanyang pananampalataya. I believe in my faith and I will defend my faith. Kung ano man ang kahihinatnan ng ating pagtatanggol sa ating simbahan. And that's the same thing that Filipinos, nakita po ninyo ang Nazareno, nakita po ninyo 2 milyon at kalahating nananampalataya, nakikita natin to sa lahat ng dako na kung saan merong pananampalataya ang Pilipino. Huwag natin sirain to. Ito po ang paraan upang ang bansa natin maligtas sa sakuna, maligtas sa anumang problema at mabigyan natin ng mas magandang buhay. Tayong mga miyembro ng Kongreso, kailangan po nating manindigan. Let us not support a continuing destruction of the foundations of the church. Whoever is doing this will not succeed. What will succeed in the end is the will of God. And we know very well who will win. Sa panahon pong ito, nais kong ilagay ng opisyal ang aking paninindigan. Nasabi ko sa inyo ang aking katapatan sa Pangulo, ang aking loyalty sa Pangulo. But I have to correct whatever he is doing. I don't want him to fall by the wayside as a failure. And as St. Thomas More declared in his day of trial, nung siya nililitis ng mga nagdedepensa sa hari nang ayaw niya sumunod sa illegal na order, ang sabi po niya, at uulitin ko po, I am the king's loyal servant, but God's first. Yun po ang aking paninindigan. Salamat po.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no members who wishes to interpret, I move that we refer the speech of the Honorable Senior Minority Leader to the Committee on Rules. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we suspend the privilege hour.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we recognize the Honorable Majority Leader, Ronaldo Andaya, to avail of the question privilege. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved.
Good afternoon, Mr. Speaker. I rise on a question of personal and collective privilege. This issue involves not only this representation's privilege, but likewise the whole institution. We have been, shall we say, doing our level best in passing all the administrative measures endorsed by the President, more so specifically on the centerpiece of his peace and order agenda, the Bangsamoro Organic Law. But lost in all of this is the fact that we are about to hold the plebiscite for the Bangsamoro Organic Law come February 6. But unfortunately, our beloved DBM Secretary has forgotten to include the 1 billion peso amount needed for the said plebiscite. He completely forgot about it. And had we listened to him and passed the budget without even looking at it, then we would have been part of that negligence. Secondly, the initial funding needed if and when the Bangsamoro Organic Law is indeed approved, the initial amount needed of 40 billion pesos has likewise been forgotten. It is not part of the submission of the DBM. Maybe he has other things in mind other than the President's peace and order agenda. It could be his interest in the flood control scam. I do not know. Likewise, on the last point, on his much publicized and overly ambitious cash budgeting system, which is now falling flat on its face. We are now in debt to various contractors and suppliers of the national government to a tune of 100 billion, payable last year, which have not yet been settled to date. I was informed that these amounts will be paid on the first quarter, meaning to say your cash programming for the year is already off tangent. And with the extension of the 2018 budget as signed by the President, then your cash budgeting system is no longer in place. It has been effectively thrown away outside the window by our President. These three issues we would like to further investigate, and may I now move that this be referred to the Committee on Appropriations. So moved, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved.
Thank you.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we continue with the privilege hour and move that we extend the period of the privilege hour to 15 more minutes. So moved, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved.
Before we continue, Mr. Speaker, I would like to respectfully acknowledge the guests of Honorable Miro Kimbo. They are the public administration students of the Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Marikina, namely Raymond Jethro Aguilar, Cindy L. Paz, Apple Joy de los Reyes, Cherry Ann Lamarca, Justin Nicole Ordinario, and Jose Maria Marquez. So moved, Mr. Speaker.
May I ask the guest of Representative Mira Kimbo to please stand and be recognized. Welcome to the House of Representatives. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, next to avail of the privilege hour is the Honorable Tom Villarin of the Party List Akbayan. So moved, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. Representative Tom Villarin of Akbayan is hereby recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Majority Leader. Mr. Speaker, I rise on a personal and collective privilege. Last January 8, 2019, Hanjin Heavy Industries and Construction Philippines, a South Korean shipbuilding company based in Subic, Zambales, filed for bankruptcy, leaving some $412 million in outstanding loans with local banks in limbo. This also places some 22,000 workers and their jobs in peril, as well as losses to the local economy. A report claimed that the Rizal Banking Corporation, or RCBC, the state-owned Land Bank of the Philippines, Metropolitan Bank and Trust Company, the Bank of Philippine Islands, and the BDO Unibank are now working together to cover their combined loan exposures to the Korean conglomerate. These banks are among the top 10 banks in the country and the biggest lenders to business. Despite the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas pronouncement that its impact in the banking system is negligible, stock prices of the three listed banks fell in the wake of the news. Shares at RCBC suffered the steepest blow as it dropped by 9.12% last Friday, while Metrobank and BPI stock prices went down to as much as 4.76 and 4.62% respectively. BDO shares, though, steadied from the initial shock, having the least exposure among the Hanjin lenders. The lenders are said to be working to take control of Hanjin's property in Zambales, with assets estimated at $1.6 billion. On instinct, these lending banks would rather sell off the assets of the debtor to immediately recoup their loans and limit exposure, rather than undertake corporate rehabilitation, which might not be to the best interest of banks. They would rather have all the assets up for grabs. Amid the noise of this biggest default in the country's banking history, our workers have to be prioritized in terms of severance packages and providing them with alternative jobs. In the mad rush to liquefy assets, our workers might end up empty-handed and doubly victimized with loss of jobs and benefits. Even last year, Mr. Speaker, dear colleagues, close to 7,000 workers have been laid off by Hanjin Shipbuilding Corporation. Aside from the issue of our workers, again, another looming threat is that we hear news that Chinese shipbuilding companies are keen to take over the Hanjin shipyard, located in a very strategic maritime and military facility. Subic Port was once home to the U.S. naval fleet and stationed its most advanced aircrafts and ships in the region. Mr. Speaker, this default by Hanjin Philippines come at a time when our country's national security is at high risk because of Chinese incursions in our sovereign territory, especially in the West Philippine Sea. With these state-owned Chinese corporations taking over the Subic shipyard and nearby ports, we would leave us defenseless and highly vulnerable. Mr. Speaker, this Hanjin default should be a wake-up call to this government to take seriously our national security. It is high time that our government take over and undertake shipbuilding as a major national industrial policy linked to protecting our national security. As a maritime nation, the shipbuilding industry can be our comparative advantage. An inherent strength of the sector, which still needs to be fully taken advantage of, is the country's strategic location to the shipping lanes of ocean-going vessels serving the Asia-Pacific region. Such strategic location can be maximized by transforming it into a hub for ship repair, as a dry dock for ocean-going ships, including fishing vessels operating in international waters. For this inherently strategic strength to be realized, the country's shipyards would need to be capable and competitive with neighboring foreign shipyards in servicing the dry docking and/or repair requirements of ocean-going ships. Another strength of the sector is the readily available and easily trainable technical and skilled manpower for shipbuilding and ship repair works in the country. Many Filipino workers have inherent skills for shipyard-related jobs like welding, pipe fitting, molding, etc., including technical and engineering competence. With a comprehensive training program, a pool of skilled shipyard manpower can easily become a basic asset of the sector, not only for our local shipyard requirements, but also for foreign-based shipyards. This would then jumpstart our push for industrialization and job creation. Mr. Speaker, the shipbuilding industry refers to the sector involved in the construction, launching, and outfitting of watercrafts, while the ship repair industry deals with the overhaul, improvement, alteration, and reconditioning of water vessels. The Philippines, take note, Mr. Speaker, now ranks number 4 among the largest shipbuilding nations in the world, outpacing Europe. South Korea, China, and Japan are respectively the first, second, and third shipbuilding nations worldwide. The arrival of foreign shipbuilders in the Philippines propelled the export growth of Philippine-made ships in the international market. Given the stimulus investment packages, which hopefully can be continued, the Philippine government can undertake joint ventures with other countries that pose no immediate threat to its sovereignty and national security. These countries can be the Nordic countries, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and even other European nations. And these are also the countries to which we send our seafarers, and this can serve also as a complementary undertaking. The country's shipbuilding and ship repair sector weave together and complement the maritime transport and shipping sector in an archipelagic country such as the Philippines. With a network of transport hubs and ships, this sector can serve as the lifeline and linkages for the movement of cargoes, products, and people between among the island economies of the Philippines. It can likewise boost tourism with brand new ships that are faster and more efficient. The safety and efficiency of domestic ships, however, will depend on the availability, capability, and capacity of our ship repair industry to maintain the vessel's seaworthiness, especially for repairs and during a ship's dry docking. Considering that the age of most second-hand domestic ships, the repair and maintenance are basically dependent on the country's ship repair sector in order to comply with safety standards and requirements. On the other hand, domestic demand for new ships, in line with the country's domestic shipping modernization efforts, would need to be catered by a vibrant shipbuilding sector. Mr. Speaker, dear colleagues, this representation would call on our national government to do the following. First, ensure that our workers in Hanjin who are and will be affected by the Hanjin default are fully compensated and their post-employment benefits secured. Second, prioritize national security in shaping the future of Hanjin's properties in the Subic Port area, a strategic location for maritime and military purposes. And thirdly, examine the possibility and push for the national government to undertake shipbuilding as its cornerstone industrial policy. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, dear colleagues. Good day.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no members who wishes to interpolate, I move that we refer the speech of the Honorable Villarin to the appropriate committee. So moved, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved.
Mr. Speaker, next to avail of the privileged hour is the Honorable Carlos Isagani Zarate of the party list Bayan Muna. So moved, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. Representative Carlos Isagani Sarate, party list Bayan Muna, is hereby recognized.
Maraming salamat, Ginoong Speaker. Ginoong Speaker, Sa pagkaantala ng pagpasa ng 2019 budget, ang mga karaniwang kawani ng pamahalaan ang isa sa higit na apektado at parang naiipit sa ngayon sa dalawang nag-uumpugang mga bato. Sa gitna ng patuloy na bangayan at banggaan ng liderato ng Kamara at ng Department of Budget and Management na pinamumunuan ni Kalihim Benjamin Diokno, sinasabing hindi pa pwedeng maibigay ang ika-4 na tranche ng aumento sa sweldo ng mga kawani ng pamahalaan na tinatadhana ng Executive Order Number 201. Matagal nang inaantay ng mga karaniwang kawani ang kahit nakakarampot na aumentong ito para mapaglabanan lamang kahit papaano ang papamahal pa ring presyo ng mga batayang bilihin na itinulak ng dagdag na mga buwis at mataas na inflasyon nitong nakaraang taon. Ayon kay Kalihim Diokno, hindi maaring itaas ang sweldo hanggat hindi raw naaaprubahan ang 2019 budget dahil requirement daw ng executive order na magkaroon ng GAA bago itaas ang sweldong ito. Ginoong Speaker, ito ay malaking kabalintunaan at tahasang paglilinglang sa ating mga kawani, lalo't higit ang mga ordinaryong kawani ng pamahalaan. Sa katotohanan, Ginoong Speaker, ang pagkaantala ng 2019 budget ay hindi makakaapekto sa paglalabas ng pondo para sa aumento sa sweldo ng ating mga kawani. Dagdag pa, maaari ding kumuha ng sumusobrang pondo mula sa Miscellaneous and Personal Benefit Fund or MPBF na pinapayagan naman ng batas na pagkukunan ng aumento sa sweldo ng ating mga kawani. Maaari ding magpasa ang Kongreso kung kinakailangan ng supplemental budget kung hindi nga maipasa o maantala ang 2019 budget. Malinaw na naantala, Ginoong Speaker, ang 2019 budget dahil sa pagkalantad ng mga maanumalyang items na napaloob sa panukalang 2019 budget. Ito ay ang mga nasa katawagang insertions, augmentations, o sa madalit sabi ay pork barrel na umaabot sa bilyon-bilyon, samantalang ganong kalaking halaga rin ang nakakaltas o tinatanggal sa mga budget ng mga pangunahing serbisyo gaya ng kalusugan, pabahay at iba pa. Sa ginagawang ito ng DBM at ni Kalihim Diokno, lumalabas na hindi alintana ng pamahalaang Duterte ang pagkakaantalang ito na kung tutuusin ay lamang aumento sa sweldo para matiyak lamang na mapunta ang bilyong-bilyong halaga ng proyekto ng pamahalaan sa mga pinapaborang kontraktor na siyang daluyan ng matinding korupsyon. Ang matindi pa, Ginoong Speaker, habang umaasta ang pamahalaang Duterte, nakatali ang kamay nito sa pagbibigay ng mumong aumento sa sweldo ng mga kawani, ay wala namang makakapigil o hindi nito pinigilan ang implementasyon ng ikalawang round ng pagtaas ng excise taxes sa fuel na magdudulot ng pagsirit ng presyo ng mga pangunahing bilihin. Sa katunayan, bukas mararamdaman ng ating mamamayan ang implementasyon ng one-time, big-time na pagtaas ng presyo ng ating mga petrolyo. Sadyang manhid na nga ang pamahalang ito sa kapakanan ng maliliit na mga kawani. Ang isang regular na kawani, Ginoong Speaker, sa National Government Agency na sa pinakamababang salary grade ay kumikita lamang o sumusweldo lamang sa kasalukuyan ng 10,510. Samantala, ang regular na kawani naman sa isang 6th-class municipality na sa pinakamababang salary grade ay sumisweldo lamang ng 6,382 kada buwan. Lubhang napakalayo nito, Ginoong Speaker, sa buwanang kinakailangang gastos ng isang pamilya na nagkakahalaga sa isang pag-aaral ng 35,250 pesos. Hindi lamang aumento sa sweldo sa katunayan ang naapektuhan ng pagkaantala ng 2019 budget. Sa ibang ulat na natanggap ng ating opisina, ay nagdulot din ito ng tanggalan ng mga ahensya katulad ng Department of Public Works and Highways. Sa Tacloban City alone, Ginoong Speaker, mahigit 3,786 contractual at job order workers kawani ng DPWH ay hindi na pinagre-report sa trabaho nila simula nitong January 1, 2019 dahil sa kakulangan ng pondo. At para pahupain ang galit ng mga kawani bunsod ng pagkakaantala ng aumento ng sweldo, ay buong pagmamayabang na inaanunsyo nitong nakaraan ni Kalihim Jokno na pinag-aaralan na raw ng DBM ang panibagong aumento sa sweldo ng mga kawani ng pamahalaan para sa taong 2020 hanggang 2022. Inatasan daw niya ang Governance Commission for Government-Owned and Controlled Corporation na kumontrata na ng isang independent firm para pag-aralan daw ang istruktura ng pasahod sa kawani ng pamahalaan kumpara sa mga katumbas nito sa mga manggagawa sa pribadong sektor. Ang nasabing pag-aaral ay kukunin, ang gastos para sa nasabing pag-aaral ay kukunin naman sa 2019 budget ng GCG. Ang tanong ngayon, Ginoong Speaker, bakit kailangan kumuha pa ng research team at magbayad para dito? Bakit hindi na lamang dublehin ang sweldo ng mga kawani ng pamahalaan katulad ng ginawa ng Duterte administration sa sweldo ng ating mga kapulisan at militar? Kahit na wala nga ito sa 2018 budget. Bakit walang political will ang administrasyong ito pagdating sa usapin para maibsan ang paghihirap ng mga kawani ng pamahalaan? Pagkakagastusan na naman ng isang research team na sa aking tingin ay wala namang ibang gagawin kundi doktorin at manipulahin ang mga datos para bigyang katwiran ang napakaliit umomong aumento sa sweldo sa halip na kilalanin at gawing batayan sa pagtatakda ng makabuluhang aumento sa sahod ang buwanang halaga ng gastusin or cost of living para mabuhay ng disente ang isang pamilya ng ordinaryong kawani ng pamahalaan. At sa gitna ng walang habas na pagtaas ng mga pangunahing bilihin na mismong mga patakaran ng gobyerno ang nagpapasahol, mas lalong higit, Mr. Speaker, na magbuklod tayo, magbuklod ang mga kawani para ipaglaban ang pagkakaroon ng isang pambansang minimum wage or national minimum wage na 16,000 pesos buwanang sweldo sa halip na mapakita taong mumong pagtaas ng sweldo na ibinibigay ng pamahalaan. Naniniwala tayo na sa pamamagitan ng isang national minimum wage na sistema ay maitatama ang hindi makataong pagkakaiba-iba ng mga sahod sa parehong salary grade level, lalo na sa mga kawaning nagtatrabaho sa mga mababang klaseng munisipyo at sa mga kontraktual. Kasabay nito, Ginoong Speaker, tayo ay patuloy na nananawagan din sa ating mga kasamahan na ipaglaban din ang usapin ng regularisasyon ng lahat ng mga kawaning kontraktual upang mabigyang seguridad ang kanilang trabaho at makamit ang mga benepisyong tinatamasa ng mga regular na kawani. Gayon din, kailangan sama-sama din nating biguin ang tumitinding panunupil at atake sa karapatan ng mga unionista at aktivistang nasa unahan ng laban para sa pagkamit ng nakabubuhay na sahod at seguridad sa trabaho. Ginoong Speaker, na sa pagkakaisa ang lakas, nasa sama-samang pagkilos ang tagumpay. Ipinapanawagan po natin muli ang national minimum wage na 16,000 buwanang sahod na makawani ng pamahalaan, ipaglaban ang regularisasyon ng makawaning kontraktual. Maraming salamat, Ginoong Speaker.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no interpreters, I move that we refer the speech of the Honorable Sarate to the appropriate committee.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we extend the privilege hour to another 5 minutes and allow the Representative Sara Jane Elago of Party List Kabataan to avail of the privilege hour. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. Representative Sara Jane Elago of Party List Kabataan is hereby recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise on a matter of collective privilege on the task and prospects of the Filipino youth for the year 2019. First, on free public education at all levels, following the landmark victory of youth and students with the new law on free education mandating the provision of free undergraduate education in public universities and colleges. We support the youth's resounding call for the institution of free public education at all levels. We believe that this can be achieved by pursuing concrete steps, which include stopping tuition increases, the junking of all other school fees, allotting greater state funding for education, and the scrapping of unsound policies that led to the spiraling cost of education. We support the call for the reorientation of our education system towards being nationalist, scientific, rather than serving as a money-making scheme or venture and as a tool to fuel the global need for cheap labor. Democratic rights in schools and campuses must also be upheld. Next, on decent jobs for the youth and the people. We are one with the youth in calling for an end to contractualization, harassment of trade unions, labor export policy, and other policies inimical to the labor sector. We are one with the labor sector in calling for the institution of a national minimum wage, Mr. Speaker. We commit to implementing a concrete national industrialization program that could generate decent jobs and finally end the spiraling unemployment, job mismatch, underemployment in the country. Meanwhile, on genuine agrarian reform, Mr. Speaker, we recognize the urgent need to implement a genuine agrarian reform. We also pledge to exert all efforts to develop and modernize the agriculture sector in a way that would benefit farmers and tillers the most. We condemn and call to stop the killings of peasants and agrarian reform beneficiaries. Then on just and lasting peace, we are united in the belief that the pursuit of just and lasting peace is of primordial importance. We support the calls for the resumption of peace talks between the national government and all internal conflict groups. We commit to exerting all efforts to ensure that justice will be served for all victims of human rights violations and putting an end to the culture of impunity that thrives in the country. We also call for the unequivocal release of political prisoners whose continued incarceration have become one of the main barriers in the continuation of peace negotiations. On improvement of healthcare and all social services, Mr. Speaker, we stand hand in hand with the youth in the belief that social services such as health, housing, and public transportation should be given top priority by providing greater state funding rather than privatizing these services. On better internet, we continue to pledge our support to the promotion of the improvement of telecommunications in the country. Telecommunications technology, Mr. Speaker, in the country. The passage of the Youth's principally authored law on free public internet access is indeed a significant step forward. We will also keep in mind that legislation for the internet should expand rather than restrict the relative freedom we enjoy online. On environmental preservation, we commit to crafting strong legislation that would not only protect the environment, but also put an end to the unabated plunder of our lands and seas by foreign companies and big businesses. On the matter of good governance and youth empowerment, the Filipino youth commits to ensuring that there is greater democratic space for people's participation in the conduct of the country's affairs, along with unrestrained access to government information through the enactment of a Freedom Information Law. We are one with the Filipino youth in strengthening the fight against systemic corruption that has emptied the public coffers of our nation and realizing the role of the youth in national development. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, we commit to upholding our national and economic sovereignty. We pledge our support in the fight to uphold our national sovereignty amidst all brewing international conflicts. We also stand firm in the belief that patriotism involves serving our people and not the whims and orders of foreign hegemonic powers. Napakaraming mga napagtagumpayan na mga laban ng mga kabataan sa nakaraang taon na 2019 at napakarami pang mga dapat maipagpatuloy at mapagtagumpayan sa taong 2019. Taos-puso ang pasasalamat ng kabataan sa ating mga colleagues, sa ating mga kapwa mambabatas dito sa 17th Congress sa pagsuporta at pakikiisa, lalo na ngayon na sa pagtutulangan sa harap ng hirap, ng gutom, ng sakuna, ang suporta at pakikiisa ng mamamayang Pilipino ang pinakamabisa na pananggalang. Ngayong taong 2019 ng mga hamon, sa pagharap ng mga pagsubok, tiyak ang pagsulong. Sa darating na January 18, magkakaroon ng pambansang aksyon para sa edukasyon. Hindi pa natatapos ang 2019 national budget, hinahamon natin ang Senado na pigilan ang napakalaking kaltas pondo sa lahat ng state universities and colleges. Bagkus, dapat pang dagdagan ng signifikante ang pondo para sa mga pampublikong pamantasan at kolehiyo upang makapagpalawig sila ng access para sa mga pinakanangailangan at napakarami pang hindi nakakaabot at nakakatapos ng kolehiyo. Gayon din sa darating na February 7 na araw ng mga kabataan at Solidarity Day para sa tatlong bagay, Mr. Speaker, sa karapatan, sa kapayapaan, at sa hustisya. Taglayin natin ang pagkakaisa sa taong 2019 at sa pagharap sa patuloy na pakikibaka kasama ng sambayan ng Pilipino. Ito po ang hugot o ang pagkukunan ng lakas at pag-asa ng mga kabataan. Hanggang sa tagumpay, maraming salamat, Mr. Speaker. Maraming salamat sa pakikiisa ng kabataan at sambayan ng Pilipino. Ang magandang araw sa lahat.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no interpellators, I move that we refer the speech of the Honorable Elago to the appropriate committee. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, last to avail of the privilege R is the Honorable Franz Castro of the Party List ACT Teachers. I move that we recognize the Honorable Castro. So move, Mr. Speaker.
There any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. Representative Franz Castro of ACT Teacher Party List is hereby recognized.
Maraming salamat po, Ginoong Speaker. Bilang dating guro at ngayon ay kinatawa ng mga guro, gusto ko pong ibahagi ang kasalukuyang pangyayari sa mga miyembro ng Alliance of Concerned Teachers at ang kanilang mga regional unions. Nagpalabas po ng memo ang Philippine National Police units nationwide na naglalayong ilista o inventory ang lahat ng mga miyembro ng ACT sa pribado man at pampublikong sektor. Tinawag nilang itong subject, Inventory of All Public Private School Teachers who are members or aligned with the Alliance of Concerned Teachers. Ginoong Speaker, ang isinasagawa ng PNP na profiling sa mga leader guro at miyembro ng ACT ay isang scare tactic na administrasyong ito laban sa isang lehitimong organisasyong nagsusulong ng karapatan ng mamamayan at ng education sector. Sa loob ng mahigit na 2 taon, napatunayan na nating sadyang allergic ang Pangulo at ang administrasyong ito sa kahit anong forma ng kritisismo at oposisyon sa kanilang mga anti-guro, anti-mahirap, anti-mamamayan na mga polisiya. Ano nga ba ang ACT? At bakit pinupuntirya ito ng administrasyong ito at hindi nagpapatupad sa salary increase at hindi nakikinig sa samot-saring panawagan ng kanyang mamamayan? ACT is the largest non-traditional organization of teachers, academic, non-teaching personnel, and non-academic and non-teaching personnel in the country, and with a long track record of militant teachers fighting for the teachers' rights and welfare, such as decent salaries, humane working conditions, and public sector unionism, to name a few. It's a historical fact and recognized not only here, but in international arena. In the public schools, ACT is the recognized and accredited trade union of public school teachers. There are 15 regional unions nationwide led by ACT representing teachers toward negotiating with the Department of Education for benefits and humane working conditions. Ang isinasagawang profiling police visits at pagkuha ng listahan ng kasapian ng isang lehitimong organisasyon at unyon ay walang ibang layunin, kundi takutin ang mga guro at ang kanilang organisasyon. Lantad na lantad ang kapabayaan ng gobyerno sa sektor ng edukasyon at ang paglabag sa karapatan ng mga guro at kawani ng pamahalaan sa nakabubuhay na sahod. Sa halip na pakinggan ang ACT at ang mamamayan, tinangka ng administrasyong ito na patahimikin ang mga lider guro. Nilalabag ang kanilang mga batayang karapatan tulad ng privacy, kalayaan sa pamamahayag, right to self-organization at right to assembly. Kung totoo mang may ginagawang iligal o kriminal ang isang tao, dapat isailalim ang sinumang sospek sa due process at hindi sa paniniktik sa ganitong tokhang style na modus operandi. Hindi mga kriminal at walang nilabag na batas ang ACT at ang mga guro natin, kaya hindi sila dapat tiktikan o tratuhin ng ganito. Hindi kami mananahimik at patuloy kaming lalaban para sa karapatan. We stand with ACT in upholding our rights as we continue the fight for a better future for our teachers, students, and the people. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no members who wishes to interpolate, I move that we refer the speech of the Honorable Castro to the appropriate committee.
Is there an objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved.
Mr. Speaker, I move for consideration on third reading, House Bill number 172, and request the Secretary General to read the title of the measure and thereafter call the roll for nominal voting. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. The Secretary General is hereby requested to read the House bill and conduct nominal voting.
House Bill 172, an act providing assistance to new graduates by waiving government fees and charges collected in connection with the issuance of documents required in their application for employment. Roll call of members in consideration of House Bill 172. Abaya, Abayon, Abilianosa, Abo, Abueg, Charon, Acop, Acosta, Acosta Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Agaraw, Agabaw, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbison, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagaw, Bagatsing, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Barsaga, Batawel, Bautista, Bandigan, Vilaro, Belmonte Feliciano, Belmonte Jose Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Vernos, Bertiz, Biason, Billones, Biron, Bolilla, Bundok, Bordado, Bravo Anthony, Bravo Maria Vida, Rosas, Bulut Bectang, Cagas, Calderon, Calixto Rubiano, Caminero, Campus, Canama, Cari, Casila, Castelo, Castro Franz, Castro Pradinil, Catamco, Caetano, Celeste, Serafica, Cirillas, Chavez, Tibeco, Coco, Juanco, Culiantes, Cortés, Cortuna, Cusalan, Crisolgo, Cua, Cuaresma, Cueva, De Lipid, De Tol, Daza, De Jesus, De Venecia, De Venzor, Del Mar, Del Rosario, De Loso, Montalia, Di Mapuro, Abdullah, Di Mapuro, Muhammad Khalid, Tuabit, Durano, Di, Ilago, Inverga, Erice, Eriguel, Ermita, Buain, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Ibardone, Fariñas, Fernando, Ferrer Juliet, Ferrer Luis, Ferriol, Floyrenda, Flores, Fortuno, Fentevilla, Garbin, Garces, García Gwendolyn, García José Enrique, García Albano, Garin, Oscar, Garin Sharon, Gasataya, Gatchalian, Geron, Goana, Cristina, Mark, Gomez, Gonzaga, González, Alexandria, González Aurelio, González Fernando, Guroseta, Agulias, Hernández Ferdinand, Hernández Fol, Herrera, D. Hofer, Halos Hos, Javier, Ko, Kunghun, Labad, Lakson, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lasatin, Yachon, Lee, Limkaychon, Lovregat, Lopez Benhur, Lopez Carlo, Lopez Manuel Luis, Loyola, Macapagal Arroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawang, Mangudadato, Suharto, Mangudado Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos, Mariño, Marquez, Martinez, Matugas, Miliana, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles, Nolasco, Núñez Malañaon, Waminal, Ocampo, Olivares, Ong Edwin, Ong Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Bininola, Pacquiao, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papandayan, Pichay, Pico, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Permisia, Sagabas, Kimbo, Rodasa, Ramirez Sato, Ramos, Lampagos, Revilla, Roapuno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodriguez Isidro, Rodriguez Máximo, Roman, Romero, Romualdez, Romualdo Roque Sagdalan sa Garbaria Sahales Salceda sa Dimbangon Salo Salon Sambal Sandoval Sangkopan Santos Recto Sarmiento Cesar Sarmiento Edgar Meri Savillano Sema Siao Silverio Singson Swansing Estrelleta Swansing Horacio Suarez si Alvarado Tambunting Tan Angelina Tan Milagrosa Tan Sherny Tijada Tevez Chanco Ting Tinyo Tolentino Treñas Tugna Tupasti Umali Unabia Ungab Unico Uy Juliet Uy Rolando Uy Barreta Vargas Vargas Alfonso Vilarde Velasco Velasco Cotera Viloso Vergara Villafuerte Villanueva Villaraz Suarez Villarica Villarin Violago Yap Arthur Yap Milesio Yap Victor Yu Zamora Maria Carmen Zamora Ronaldo Sarate Sorbiri.
With 200 affirmative votes, 0 negative, 0 abstention, House Bill 172 is hereby approved on third and final reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, point of correction. I would like to apologize for failing to close the period of the privilege hour. I formally therefore move that we close the period of the privilege hour.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved.
Mr. Speaker, we proceed with the consideration on third reading of House Bill number 8719 and request that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the measure and thereafter call the roll for nominal voting. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. The Secretary General is hereby directed to read House Bill 8719 and conduct nominal voting.
House Bill 8719, an act establishing and institutionalizing the seal of good local governance for local government units and allocating for this purpose the seal of good local governance fund. Roll call of members in consideration of House Bill 8719. Abaya, Abayon, Abellanosa, Abu, Abueg, Acharon, Acop, Acosta, Acosta Alba, Adyong, Advincula, Agarao, Agabao, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amato, Andaya, Angara Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbizon, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagao, Bagatsing, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Barzaga, Batawil, Bautista Baddigan, Belaro, Belmonte Feliciano, Belmonte Jose Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertiz, Biazon, Billones, Beron, Bolilia, Bondoc, Bordado, Bravo Anthony, Bravo Maria Vida, Brosas, Bulut Begtang, Cagas, Calderon, Calixto Rubiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casilao, Castelo, Castro France, Castro Fredenil, Catamco, Cayetano, Celeste, Seráfica, Ceriles, Chavez, Chipeco, Coanco, Collantes, Cortés, Cortuna, Cosalan, Crucólogo, Cuba, Quaresma, Cueva, Dalipe, Datol, Daza, de Jesus, de Venecia, de Vensor, del Mar, del Rosario, de Los Montalia, de Maporo, Abdullah, de Maporo, Mohammed, David Durano, Di, Elago, Enverga, Erice, Eriguel, Ermita Buhain, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Evardone, Fariñas, Fernando, Ferrer, Juliet, Ferrer, Luis, Ferriol, Florendo, Flores, Fortuno, Fuentebella, Garbin, Garcias, García Gwendolyn, García José Enrique, García Albano, Garin Oscar, Garin Sharon, Gasataya, Gachelian, Heron, Go, Ana, Go, Mark, Gomez, Gonzaga, González Alexandria, González Aurelio, González Fernando, Goriseta, Gulias, Hernández Ferdinand, Hernández Paul, Herrera D, Hoffer, El Sos, Javier Co, Conjun, Labadlawad, Lacson, Lagman, Lanete, Laogan, Lazatin, Liachon, Li, Liam Kaichong, Lobregat, Lopez Benher, Lopez Carlo, Lopez Manuel, Loyola, Macapagal Arroyo, Maceda, Madrono, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawang, Magodadato Soharto, Magodadato Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos, Mariño, Marquez, Martinez, Matugas, Meliana, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles, Nolasco, Núñez Malañaon, Oaminal, Ocampo, Olivares, Ong Edwin, Ong Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Vininola, Pacquiao, Paduano, Palma, Pancho Panganiban, Panotes, Papandayan, Pichay, Pico, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Primicia Zagabas, Kimbo, Radaza, Ramirez Sato, Ramos, Relampagos, Revilla, Roapuno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodríguez Isidro, Rodríguez Máximo, Román, Romero, Romualdez, Romualdo, Roque, Sacdalan, Sagarbaria, Sahali, Salceda, Salimbangon, Salo, Salon, Sambar, Sandoval, Sancopan, Santos Recto, Sarmiento Cesar, Sarmiento Edgar, Mary, Sevillano, Sema, Ciao, Silverio Singson, Swansing Estelita, Swansing Horacio, Suarez, Si Alvarado, Tambunting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Sherny, Tejada, Teves, Tianco, Tiño Tolentino, Treñas Tugna, Tupas, Ti, Umali, Unabia, Ungab Unico, Uy Juliet, Uy Rolando, Uy Bareta, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Velarde, Velasco, Velasco Catera, Veloso, Vergara, Villafuerte, Villanueva, Villarreal Casa Suarez, Villarica, Villarin, Violago, Yap Arthur, Yap Milesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora Maria Carmen, Zamora Ronaldo, Zarate, Zubiri.
With 204 affirmative votes, 0 negatives, 0 abstention, House Bill 817-19 is hereby approved on third and final reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for consideration and third reading of House Bill number 8733, printed copies of which were previously distributed to the members of the House pursuant to the rules. For this purpose, may I request that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call for nominal voting. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. The Secretary General is hereby directed to read House Bill 8733 and conduct nominal voting.
House Bill 8733, an act providing for a comprehensive nuclear regulatory framework, creating for the purpose the Philippine Nuclear Regulatory Commission and appropriating funds, therefore. Roll call of members in consideration of House Bill 8733. Abaya, Abayo, Nabilianosa, Abo, Abueg, Charon, Ako, Pacosa, Acosta, Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Agaraw, Agabaw, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez Franz, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino, Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbizon, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagaw, Bagatsing, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Barsaga, Batawal, Bautista, Bandigan, Bilar, Belmonte, Feliciano, Belmonte, Jose Christopher, Belmonte, Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertis, Biason, Billones, Biron, Bolilla, Bundok, Bordado, Bravo Anthony, Bravo Maria Vida, Brosas, Bulutbek, Tancagas, Calderon, Calixorbiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casilo, Castelo, Castro Franz, Castro Prodenil, Catamco, Caetano, Celeste, Serafica, Ceriles, Chavez, Chepeco, Coco, Juan, Colliantes, Cortés, Cortuna, Cosalan, Crisolga, Cuba, Cuaresma, Cueva, Dalipia, Datol, Daza, de Jesus, de Venecia, Defensor, del Mar, del Rosario, de los Montalia, de Momporo, Abdullah, Dimaporo, Mohamed Khalid, Duabit, Durano, Di, Ilago, Eniverga, Erice, Erigel, Ermita, Buhain, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Bardone, Fariñas, Fernando, Ferrer, Juliet, Ferrer, Luis, Ferriol, Florendo, Flores, Fortuno, Fuentebella, Garbin, Garces, Garcia, Gwendolyn, Garcia, Jose Enrique, Garcia, Albano, Garin, Oscar, Garin Sharon, Gasatay, Gatchalian, Heron, Go, Ana Cristina, Go, Mark, Gomez, Gonzaga, González, Alexandria, González, Aurelio, González, Fernando, Guruseta, Gulias, Hernandez, Ferdinand, Hernandez, Fol, Herrera, D, Hofer, Alos Hos, Javier, Kokunghun, Labad, Lacson, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lasatin, Liachon, Lilim, Kaichong, Lovregat, Lopez Benhur, Lopez Caro, Lopez Manulilis, Loyola, Macapagal-Arroyo, Maceda, Madroda, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawang, mga dadato Suharto, mga dadato Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos Mariño, Marquez Martinez, Matugas, Miliana, Menting Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles, Nolasco, Núñez Malañao, Noaminal, Ocampo, Olivares, Ong Edwin, Ong Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Bininola, Pacquiao, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papandayan, Pichay, Pico, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Primicia, Sagabas, Kimbo, Radasa, Ramirez, Sato, Ramos, Lampagos, Revilla, Ruapuno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodriguez Isidro, Rodriguez Máximo, Roman Romero, Romualdo Roque, Sacdalan, Sagarbaria, Sahale, Salceda, Salimba, Gonzalo, Salón, Sambar, Sandoval, Sancopan, Santos Recto, Sarmiento César, Sarmiento Edgar Mary Sabiliano, Sema, Xiao Silvero, Sinson, Swansing Estrelleta, Swansing Horacio Suarez, Si Alvarado, Tan Bunting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Sherny, Tejada, Tevez, Chanco, Ting, Tiño, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupas, Ti, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Único, Bujuliet, Orlando, Ibareta, Vargas, Alfonso, Vilarde, Velasco, Catera, Viloso, Vergara, Villafuerte, Villanueva, Villarasa, Suárez, Villarica, Villarín, Violago, Yap Arthur, Yap Milesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora Maria Carmen, Zamora Ronaldo, Zarate, Subiri.
With 206 affirmative votes, 0 negatives, 0 abstention, House Bill 8733 is hereby approved on third and final reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for consideration and third reading of House Bill number 8734, printed copies of which were previously distributed to the members of the House pursuant to rules. For this purpose, Mr. Speaker, may request that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. The Secretary General is hereby directed to read House Bill 8734 and conduct nominal voting.
House Bill 8734, an act increasing the benefits granted to science and technology personnel of the government, amending for the purpose Republic Act Number 8439, otherwise known as the Magna Carta for scientists, engineers, researchers, and other ST personnel in the government. Roll call of members in consideration of House Bill 8734. Abaya, Abayon, Avellanosa, Abo, Abuega, Charon, Ako, Acosta, Acosta, Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Garao, Agabao, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angar Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino, Magsaysay, Aragones, Albizon, Arcilias, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagao, Bagatsing, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Bersaga, Bataul, Bautista Bandigan, Bilaro, Belmonte, Feliciano, Belmonte, Jose Christopher, Belmonte, Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertis, Biason, Billones, Veron, Bolilla, Bundok, Bordado, Bravo, Anthony, Bravo, Maria Vida, Brosas, Bulugbectan, Cagas, Calderon, Calixto Rubiano, Caminero, Campus, Canama, Cari, Casilao, Castelo, Castro Franz, Castro Predinil, Catamco, Caetano, Celeste, Seráfica, Ceriles, Chávez, Tipeco, Coco, Juanco, Colliantes, Cortés, Cortuna, Coselán, Crisólogo, Cuba, Cuaresma, Cueva, Dalipia, Datol, Daza, de Jesús de Venecia, Defensor del Mar, de Rosario, de Los Montalia, Dimaporo, Abdullah, Dimaporo, Mohamed Khalid, Duabit, Durano, Di, Ilago, Inverga, Erice, Eriguel, Ermita Buan, Escuder, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Bardone, Fariñas, Fernando, Ferrer Juliet, Ferrer Luis, Ferriol, Floirendo, Flores, Fortuno, Fuentebella, Garbín, Garces, García Gwendolyn, García José Enrique, García Albano, Garin Oscar, Garin Sharon, Gasatay, Gatchalian Heron, Goana Cristina, Go Mark Gomez, Gonzaga, González Alexandria, González Aurelia, González Fernando, Goreseta, Gulias Hernández, Ferdinand Hernández, Fol Herrera D, Hofer, Los Hos, Javier, Kokong Hun, Labadabad, Lacson, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lesatin, Liachon, Lee, Limcaichon, Lobrigat, Lopez Benhur, Lopez Caro, Lopez Manu Luis, Loyola, Macapagal Arroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapita, Manalo, Mangawang, Mangudato, Suharto, Mangudato, Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos Mariño, Marquez Martínez, Matugas, Miliana, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles, Nolasco, Núñez Malaunion, Aminalo Campo, Olivares, On Edwin, On Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Pininola, Pacquiao, Patuano, Palma, Pancho, Paganibian, Panotes, Papanday, Pichay, Pico, Pimentel, Peneta, Plaza, Promisias, Agabas, Kibo, Rodaza, Ramírez Sato, Ramos, Lampago, Servilia, Roapuno, Robes, Rojamora, Rodríguez Isidro, Rodríguez Máximo, Román Romero, Romualdo Roque, Sacdalan, Sagarbaria, Sahales, Salceda, Salimbán, Gonzalo, Salón, Sambar, Sandoval, Sancopan, Santos Recto, Sarmiento César, Sarmiento Edgar Meres, Avellano, Sema, Xiao, Silveros, Singson, Swansing, Estrelleta, Swansing, Horacio Suárez, Si Alvarado, Tan Bunting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Cherny, Tijada, Tevez, Chanco, Tiño, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupasti, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Único, Uichuliat, Orlando, Ibarreta, Vargas, Alfonso, Vilar de Velasco Cotera, Viloso, Vergara, Villaferte, Villanueva, Villaraza Suárez, Villarica, Villarín, Villago, Yap Arthur, Yap Milesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora María Carmen, Zamora Ronaldo, Zarate Sobiri.
With 206 affirmative votes, 0 negatives, 0 abstention, House Bill 8734 is hereby approved on third and final reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we designate Representative Eric L. Olivares as an additional conferee to the Bicameral Conference Committee on the Disagreeing Provisions of House Bill number 8629 and Senate Bill number 1531 concerning institutionalizing an energy efficiency and conservation program. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved.
Mr. Speaker, I move for consideration on third reading of House Bill number 8741, printed copies of which were previously distributed to the members of the House pursuant to our rules. May I respectfully request then that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call for the roll for nominal voting. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. The Secretary General is directed to read House Bill 8741 and conduct nominal voting.
House Bill 8741, an act recognizing the Faith Academy as an educational institution of international character and granting the Academy certain prerogatives to promote its development. Roll call of members in consideration of House Bill 8741. Abaya, Abayon, Avellanosa, Abo, Agbueda, Charon, Acop, Acosta, Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Agaraw, Agabao, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castilla, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino, Magsaysay, Aragones, Albizon, Arcillas Arenas Atienza. Amentado Bagaw Bagatsing Bagilat Banal Barbers Barsaga Batawel Bautista Bandigan Bilaro Belmonte Pilesiano Belmonte Jose Christopher Belmonte Ricardo Benitez Vernos Bertiz Biason Billones Veron Bolilla Bundok Bordado Bravo Anthony Bravo Maria Vida Brosas Bulutbectan Cagas Calderon Calixto Urbiano Caminero Campus Canama Cari Casila Castelo Castro Franz Castro Fredinil Catamco Caetano Celeste Seráfica Ceriles Chávez Chipeco Coco Juanco Coliantes Cortés Cortuna Cusalán Crisolgo Cuba Curesma Cueva de Libia Datol Daza de Jesús de Venecia de Vensor del Mar del Rosario de los Montalia Abdullah Dimaporo Mahal Khalid Duabit Durano Di Inverga Ilago Erice Eriguel Ermita Buhain Escudero Espina Espino Estrella Eusebio Ibardone Fariñas Fernando Ferrer Juliet, Ferrer Luis, Ferriol, Florirendo Flores, Fortuno, Fuentevella, Garbín, Garces, García Gwendolyn, García José Enrique, García Albano, Garin Oscar, Garin Sharon, Gasatay, Gachelian, Heron, Go Ana Cristina, Go Mark, Gómez Gonzaga, González Alexandria, González Aurelia, González Fernando, Guroseta, Gulias, Hernández Ferdinand, Hernández Fol, Herrera D. Hofer, Los Hos, Javier Kokonghun Labadabad Lakson Lakman Lenete Laugan Lasatin Yachon Lee Limkaichon Laubrigat Lopez Benhur Lopez Carro Lopez Manulis Loyola Makapagal Arroyo Maceda Madrona Malapita Manalo Mangawang mga Dodato Suharto mga Dodato Sajid Marcoleta Marcos Mariño Marquez Martinez Matugas Meliana Mending Mendoza Mercado Mirasol Montoro Nava Nieto Noel Nograles Nolasco Núñez Malañaon Waminal Ocampo Olivares on Edwin on Henry Ortega Pablo Ortega Bininola Pacquiao Patuano Palma Pancho Panganiban Panotes Papandayan Pichay Pico Pimentel Peneda Plaza Promisia Sagabas Kimbo Radasa Ramirez Sato Ramos Lampagos Revilla Roapuna Robes Rocamora Rodríguez Isidro Rodríguez Máximo Román Romero Romualdez Romualdo Roque Sagdalan Sagarbaría Sajales Salceda Sarimbang Gonzalo Salón Sambar Sandoval Sancopan Santos Recto Sarmiento César, Sarmiento Edgar Méndez, Avillano Sema, Xiao Silviero, Sinson, Swansing Estrelleta, Swansing Horacio Suárez, Si Alvarado, Tambundín, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Cherniti, Hada, Tevez, Chanco, Ting, Tiño, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupas, Ti, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Único, Uy Juliet, Orlando, Olivareta, Vargas Alfonso, Vilar de Velasco, Velasco Cotera, Viloso, Vergara, Villafuerte, Villanueva, Villarasa Suárez, Villarica, Villarín, Biolago, Yap Arthur, Yap Melesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora Maria Carmen, Zamora Ronaldo Zarate Sorbiri.
With 208 affirmative votes, 0 negatives, 0 abstention, House Bill 8741 is hereby approved on third and final reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for consideration and third reading of House Bill number 8784, printed copies of which were previously distributed to the members of the House pursuant to our rules. May I respectfully request then that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting. So moved, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. The Secretary General is hereby directed to read 8784 and conduct nominal voting.
House Bill number 8784, an act increasing the benefits from service charges of rank and file and supervisory employees, amending for the purpose Article 96 of Presidential Decree number 442 as amended, otherwise known as the Labor Code of the Philippines. Roll call of members for consideration and third reading of House Bill number 8784. Abaya Abayon, Abellanosa, Abu, Abueg, Acharon, Acop, Acosta, Acosta Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Agaraw, Gabaw, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castillo, Antonino, Antonio Aquino Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbison, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagao, Bagatsing, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Barsaga, Batawil, Bautista Bandigan, Belaro, Belmonte Feliciano, Belmonte Jose Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertis, Biason, Billones, Biron, Bolilla, Bondoc, Bordado, Bravo Anthony, Bravo Maria Vida, Brosas, Purut Bigtang, Cagas, Calderon, Calixto Rubiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casilaw, Castelo, Castro Franz, Castro Fredenil, Catamco, Cayetano, Celeste, Seráfica, Cerilles, Chavez, Chipeco, Coco, Huanco, Colliantes, Cortés, Cortuna, Cosolan, Crisólogo, Cuba, Caresma, Cueva, Dalipe, Datol,
Taza de Jesus de Venecia, Defensor del Mar, de Rosario de los Montaña, Dimaporo Abdullah, Dimaporo Khalid, Duavit, Durano, D. Elago, Enverga, Erice, Eriguel, Ermita Buharing, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Evardone, Fariñas, Fernando, Ferrer Juliet, Ferrer Luis, Ferriol Pascual, Florendo, Flores, Fortuno, Fuentebella, Garbin Garces, García Gwendolyn, García José Enrique, García Albano, Garin Richard, Garin Sharon, Gasataya, Gatchalian, Heron, Goana, Gomark, Gomez, Gonzaga, González Alexandria, González Aurelio, González Fernando, Goriseta, Gullias, Hernández Ferdinand, Hernández Paul, Herrera D. Hopper, Aloso Xavier Co, Conjun, Labad-Labad, Lacson, Lagban, Danete, Laogan, Lasatin Yachon, Lee, Lim Kaichong, Lobrigat, Lopez Benhar, Lopez Carlo, Lopez Manuel, Loyola, Macapagalaroyo, Maceda, Madron, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawang, Mangulodato Suharto, Mangulodato Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos Marino, Marquez Martinez, Matugas Meliana, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava Nieto, Noel, Nograles, Nolasco, Núñez Malañaon, Ominal, Ocampo, Olivares, Ong Edwin, Ong Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Vini, Pacquiao, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papandayan, Pichay, Pico, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Permisa Sagabas, Kimbo, Radasa, Ramirez Sato, Ramos, Relampagos, Revilla, Roa Puno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodriguez Isidro, Rodriguez Maximo, Roman Romero, Romaldes, Romaldo Roque, Sakdalan sa Garbaria, Sahali sa Alceda, Salimbangon, Salo, Salon, Sambar, Sandoval, Sancopan, Santos Recto, Sarmiento Cesar, Sarmiento Edgar, Sabellano, Semas, Xiao, Silverio Singson, Swansing Estrelita, Swansing Horacio Suarez, Alvarado, Tambunting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Sherny, Tejada, Tebes, Chanco Ting, Tino, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupas, Ti, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Unico, Uy Juliet, Uy Rolando, Ibareta, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Velarde, Velasco Lord, Velasco Catera, Veloso Vergara, Villaferte, Villanueva, Raza Suarez, Villarica, Villarin, Violago, Yap Arthur, Yap Melesio, Yap Victor, Yu Zamora Maria Carmen, Zamora Ronaldo Zarate Subiri.
With 208 affirmative votes, 0 negative, 0 abstention, House Bill 8784 is approved on third and final reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, move for consideration and third reading of House Bill number 8794, printed copies of which were previously distributed to members of the House pursuant to our rules. May I request then that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting. So moved, Mr.
Is there any
Speaker.
objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. The Secretary General is directed to read House Bill 8794 and conduct nominal voting.
House Bill 8794, an act defining gender-based street, public spaces, and online sexual harassment, providing protective measures and prescribing penalties therefore. Roll call of members in consideration of House Bill 8794. Abaya, Abayo, Nabiliano sa Abo, Abueg at Sarong, Akaw, Acosta, Acosta, Alba, Adjong, at Vincula, Agaraw, Agabaw, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Prantalion, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino, Magsaysay, Aragones, Abison, Arcides, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagaw, Bagatsing, Bagidat, Banal, Berber, Bersaga, Batawal, Bautista Bandica, Bilaro, Belmonte Feliciano, Belmonte Super, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertis, Piason, Millones, Beron, Bolilla, Bundok, Bordado, Bravo Anthony, Bravo Marevida, Brosas, Bulutbected, Cagas, Calderon, Calixto Rubiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casila, Castelo, Castor France, Castor Petenil, Catamco, Caetano, Celeste, Serapica, Ceriles, Chávez, Chepeco, Coco, Juanco, Coliantes, Cortés, Cortuna, Cosalán, Crisólogo, Cuba, Cuaresma, Cueva, Delipio, Datol, Daza, de Jesús, de Venecia, Defensor del Mar, de Rosario, de los Montalia, Dimapuro, Abdullah, Dimapuro, Mohamed Khalid, Duabit, Durano, Di, Ilago, Inverga, Erice, Eriguel, Ermita, Buhain, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Ibardone, Fariñas, Fernando, Ferrer, Juliet, Ferrer, Luis, Ferriol, Floirendo, Flores, Fortuno, Fentebella, Garbin, Garces, García, Gwendolyn, García, José Enrique, García, Albano, Garin, Oscar, Garin, Sharon, Gasatay, Gachilan, Heron, Go, Ana Cristina, Go, Mark, Gomez, Gonzaga, González, Alexandria, González, Aurelio, González, Fernando, Goroseta, Gulias, Hernández, Ferdinand, Hernández, Fol, Herreradi, Hofer, Los Hos, Javier, Kokongkun, Labadabad, Lacson, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lasatin, Yachon, Lilim, Kaichong, Lobrigad, Lopez Venur, Lopez Caro, Lopez Manulis, Loyola, Macapagalaroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangaw, Mangudata, Suharto, Mangudado, Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos, Mariño, Marquez, Martinez, Matugas, Meliana, Menting, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles, Nolasco, Núñez, Malañón, Aminalo, Campo, Olivares, Ong Edwin, Ong Henry, Ortega, Pablo, Ortega, Bininola, Pacquiao, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papandayan, Pichay, Pico, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Permisia, Sagabas, Kimbo, Radasa, Ramirez, Sato, Ramos, Lampagos, Revilla, Roapuno, Ruebes, Rocamora, Rodríguez Isidro, Rodríguez Máximo, Román Romero, Romualdo Roque, Sagdalan, Sagarbaria, Sales, Salceda, Salimbán, Gonzalo, Salón, Sambar, Sandoval, Sancopan, Santos Recto, Sarmiento César, Sarmiento, Edgar Méndez, Sabillano, Sema, Ciao, Silvero, Sinson, Swansing, Estrelleta, Swansing, Horacio, Suárez, C. Alvarado, Tan Bunting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Cherny, Tejada, Teves, Chanco, Ting, Tiño, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugn, Tupasti, Umali, Unabia, Ungap, Único, Uyulit, Orlando, Ibarreta, Vargas, Vargas, Alfonso, Vilar de Velasco, Velasco Catera, Vilosa, Vergara, Villafuerte, Villanueva, Villarasa, Suárez, Villarica, Villarin, Vilago, Yap Arthur, Yap Meleso, Yap Victorio, Zamora, María Carmen, Zamora, Ronaldo, Zarate, Subiri.
With 208 affirmative votes, 0 negative, 0 abstention, House Bill 8794 is hereby approved on third and final reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, move for consideration and third reading of House Bill number 8795. Printed copies of which were previously distributed to the members of the House pursuant to rules. May I respectfully request then that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting. So move, Mr.
Is
Speaker.
there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. The Secretary General is directed to read House Bill 8795 and thereafter conduct a nominal voting.
House Bill 8795, an act strengthening the National Museum of the Philippines, refilling for the purpose of Republic Act number 8492, otherwise known as the National Museum Act of 1998, and appropriating funds. Therefore, roll call of members in consideration of House Bill 8795. Abaya, Abayon, Abellanosa, Abo, Abueg, at Sacron, Ako, Pacosta, Acosta, Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Agaraw, Agabaw, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angar Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino, Magsaysay, Aragones, Abison, Arcilias, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagaw, Bagatsing, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Basaga, Batawel, Bautista Bandiga, Bilar, Belmonte, Feliciano, Belmonte, Jose Christopher, Belmonte, Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertis, Biason, Billones, Beron, Bolilla, Bundok, Bordado, Bravo, Anthony, Bravo, Maria Vida, Rosas, Bulutbek, Tancagas, Calderon, Calixorbiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casilo, Castelo, Castro France, Castro Predinil, Catamco, Caetano, Celeste, Seráfica, Ceriles, Chávez, Chepeco, Coco, Juanco, Juliantes, Cortés, Cortuna, Cusalán, Crisólogo, Cuba, Cuaresma, Cueva de Lipia, de Toldaza, de Jesús, de Venecia, Defensor del de Rosar de Losa Montala, Dimaforo Abdullah, Dimaforo Mohamed Khalid, Doabit, Durano, Di, Ilago, Inverga, Erice, Eriguel, Ermita Boabin, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Bardone, Fariñas, Fernando, Juliet, Ferrer, Ferrer Luis, Ferriol, Floirendo, Flores, Fortuno, Fendevella, Garbin, Garces, García Gwendolyn, García José Enrique, García Albano, Garin Oscar, Garin Sharon, Gasatay, Gachalian, Heron, Go Ana Cristina, Go Mark, Gomez, Gonzaga, González, Alexandria, González Aurelia, González Fernando, Goroseta, Gulias, Hernández Ferdinand, Hernández Fol, Herrera D, Hofer, Los Hos, Javier, Kokong, Hun, Labot, Lakson, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lesatin, Liachon, Lee, Limkaichon, Lobregat, Lopez Benhur, Lopez Carlo, Lopez Manuel Luis, Loyola, Macapagalaroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapita, Manalo, Mangawang, Mangudadato Suharto, Mangudadato Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos Mariño, Marquez, Martínez, Matugas, Meliana, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles, Nolasco, Núñez Malañón, Nominal, Ocampo, Olivares, On Edwin, On Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Bininola, Pacquiao, Patuano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papanday, Pichay, Pico, Pimentel, Peneda, Plaza, Permisis, Agabas, Kimbo, Radasa, Ramirez, Sato, Ramos, Lampago, Servilia, Roapuno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodríguez Isidro, Rodríguez Máximo, Román Romero, Romualdo Roque, Sacdalan, Sagarbaria, Sahale, Salceda, Salimbang, Gonzalo, Salón, Sambar, Sandoval, Sancopan, Santos Recto, Sarmiento César, Sarmiento Edgar Méndez, Sabillano, Sema, Ciao, Silvero, Sinson, Swansing Estrelleta, Swansing Horacio, Suárez, Si Alvarado, Tan Bonting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Cherny, Tejada, Teves, Chanco, Ting, Tiño, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupasti, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Único, Uy Juliet, Orlando, Ibarreta, Vargas, Alfonso, Vilar de Velasco, Velasco Catera, Veloso, Vergara, Villaferte, Villanueva, Villarasa, Suarez, Villarica, Villarin, Villago, Yap Arthur, Yap Melesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora Maria Carmen, Zamora Ronaldo, Sarate Subiri.
With 208 affirmative votes, 0 negative, 0 abstention, House Bill 8795 is hereby approved on third and final reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for consideration and third reading of House Bill number 8682, printed copies of which were previously distributed to the members of the House pursuant to rules. For this purpose, may I request that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there an objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. The Secretary General is directed to read House Bill 8682 and thereafter conduct nominal voting.
House Bill 8682, an act expanding access to educational services through the establishment and administration of transnational higher education and appropriating funds, therefore. Roll call of members in consideration of House Bill 8682. Abaya, Abayo, Nabilianosa, Abo, Abuega, Charon, Acop, Acosta, Acosta Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Agaraw, Agabao, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino, Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbizon, Arcides, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagao, Bagatsing, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Basaga, Bataol, Bautista, Bandiga, Bilaro, Belmonte, Feliciano, Belmonte, Jose Christopher, Belmonte, Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertis, Biason, Billones, Beron, Bolilla, Bundok, Bordado, Bravo Anthony, Bravo Morevita, Brosas, Bulutpec, Tancagas, Calderon, Calistor Rubiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casilao, Castelo, Castro Frank, Castro Pedinil, Catamco, Caetano, Celeste, Seráfica, Ceriles, Chávez, Tipeco, Coco, Juanco, Juliantes, Cortés, Cortuna, Cosalán, Crisólogo, Cuba, Cuaresma, Cueva, Delipia, de Tol, Daza, de Jesús, de Venecia, Defensor del Mar, del Rosario, de los Montalia, Dimaporo, Abdullah, Dimaporo, Mohamed Khalid, Duabit, Durano, Di, Ilaven, Ilverga, Irise, Eriguel, Ermita, Boain, Scudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Ibardone, Fariñas, Fernando, Ferrer Juliet, Ferrer Luis, Ferriol, Floyrendo, Flores, Fortuno, Fentevella, Garbin, Garces, García Gwendolyn, García José Enrique, García Albano, Garin Oscar, Garin Sharon, Gasatay, Gatchelan, Hiron, Goana Cristina, Gomar, Gómez, Gonzaga, González Alexandria, Gonzalo Aurelio, González Fernando, Goroseda, Gulias, Hernández Ferdinand, Hernández Fol, Herrera D, Hofer, Alos Jos, Javier, Cocon, Hunda, Badabat, Lacson, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lasatin, Iachon, Lee, Limcaychon, Lobrigat, Lopez Benur, Lopez Carlo, Lopez Manulis, Loyola, Macapolgaroy, Maceda, Madrono, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawang, mga dadatos o Harto, mga dadatos sa Jid, Marcoleta, Marcos, Mariño, Marquez, Martinez, Matugas, Milian, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles, Nolasco, Núñez, Malañaon, Waminalo, Campo, Olivares, On Edwin, On Henry, Ortega, Pablo, Ortega, Beninola, Pacquiao, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papandayan, Pichay, Pico, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Primicias, Agabas, King, Radasa, Ramirez, Sato, Ramos, Lampagos, Revilla, Roapuna, Robes, Rocamora, Rodriguez, Isidro, Rodriguez Máximo, Roman, Romero, Romualdez, Romualdo, Rojas, Sagdalan, Sagarbaria, Sahales, Salceda, Salimba, Gonzalo, Salón, Sambar, Sandoval, Sancopan, Santos Recto, Sarmiento, César, Sarmiento, Edgar Mérez, Savillano, Sema, Ciao, Silvero, Sinson, Swansing, Estrelleta, Swansing, Horacio, Suarez, Si Alvarado, Tan Bonting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrota, Tan Sherny, Tejada, Tebes, Chanco, Ting, Tiño, Tolentino, Treña, Stugna, Tupas, Ti, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Único, Uy, Juliet, Oy, Rolando, Ibarreta, Vargas, Vargas, Alfonso, Velarde, Velasco Catera, Viloso, Vergara, Villapuerta, Villanueva, Villarasa, Suárez, Villarica, Villarin, Violago, Yap Arthur, Yap Melesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora Maria Carmen, Zamora Ronaldo, Sarati, Sobiri.
With 208 affirmative votes, 0 negative, 0 abstention, House Bill 8682 is hereby approved on third and final reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for consideration and third reading of House Bill number 8727, printed copies of which were previously distributed to members of the House pursuant to rules. For this purpose, may I request that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there an objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. The Secretary General is directed to read House Bill 8727 and thereafter conduct nominal voting.
House Bill 8727, an act requiring parents to plant 2 trees for every child born to them. Roll call of members in consideration of House Bill 8727. Abaya, Abayo, Nabellanosa, Abo, Abueg, at Charon, Ako, Pacosta, Acosta, Alba, Jong, Atincula, Agaraw, Agabaw, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbizon, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagaw, Bagatsing, Bagilat, Banal, Berbers, Basaga, Batawad, Bautista Bandiga, Bilar, Belmonte Feliciano, Belmonte Jose Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertis, Biason, Billones, Biron, Bolilla, Bundok, Bordado, Bravo, Anthony, Bravo, Maria Vida, Brosas, Burtbectat, Cagas, Calderon, Calixto Rubiano, Caminero, Campus, Canama, Cari, Casilao, Castelo, Castro France, Castro Betinile, Catamco, Caetano, Celeste, Seráfica, Ceriles, Chávez, Chepeco, Coco, Juanco, Coliantes, Cortés, Cortuna, Cusalán, Crisólogo, Cuba, Coresma, Cueva, Dalipio, Datol, Daza, de Jesús de Venecia, Defensor del Mar, del Rosario, de los Montalia, Dimapuro, Abdullah, Dimapuro, Mohamed Khalid, Duabit, Durano, Di, Ilago, Ninverga, Erice, Eriguel, Ermita, Boain, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Spardone, Fariñas, Fernando, Ferrer, Juliet, Ferrer Luis, Ferriol, Ploirendo, Flores, Portuno, Fentevilla, Garbin, Garces, García Gwendolyn, García José Enrique, García Albano, Garin Oscar, Gan Sharon, Gasatay, Gachalian, Heron, Goana Cristian, Gomar, Gómez, Gonzaga, González, Alexandria, González, Aurelio, González, Fernando, Goroseta, Gulias, Hernández, Ferdinand, Hernández, Fol, Herrera D, Hofer, Los Hos, Javier, Ko, Conjun, Labadabad, Laxon, Lagban, Lenete, Laugan, Lesatin, Iachon, Lee, Lingwaychon, Lobrigat, Lopez Beno, Lopez Carlos, Lopez Manuliis, Loyola, Macapagalaroyo, Maceda, Matrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawang, Manudado Suharto, Manudado Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos Mariño, Marqués Martínez, Matugas, Miliana, Mending Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles, Nolasco, Núñez, Malañaon, Oaminal, Ocampo, Olivares, On Edwin, On Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Bininola, Pacquiao, Patuano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papandayan, Pichay, Pico, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Primicias, Agabas, Kimbo, Radazar, Ramirez Sato, Ramos, Lampago, Servilla, Roapuno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodríguez Isidro, Rodríguez Máximo, Román Romero, Romualdo Roque, Sacdalan, Sagarbaria, Sajales, Salceda, Salimbao, Gonzalo, Salón, Sambar, Sandoval, Sancopan, Santos Recto, Sarmiento César, Sarmiento Edgar Mary, Savillano, Sema, Xiao, Silverio, Sinson, Swansing, Estrelleta, Swansing, Horacio, Suárez, Si Alvarado, Tan Bunting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Shani, Tijada, Tebes, Chanco, Ting, Tiño, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupas, Ti, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Único, Uy Juliet, Uy Rolando, Hoy Barreta, Vargas Alfonso, Vilarte, Velasco, Velasco Catera, Viloso, Vergara, Villafuerte, Villanueva, Villaraza Suárez, Villarica, Villarín, Violago, Yap Arthur, Yap Melesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora, Mare Carmen, Zamora, Ronaldo, Zarate, Sobiri.
With 208 affirmative votes, 0 negative, 0 abstention, House Bill 8727 is hereby approved on third and final reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for consideration and third reading of House Bill number 8728. Printed copies of which were previously distributed to the members of the House pursuant to rules. May I respectfully request then that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there an objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. The Secretary General is hereby directed to read House Bill 8728 and thereafter conduct nominal voting.
House Bill 8728, an act requiring all graduating elementary, high school, and college students to plant at least 10 trees each as a prerequisite for graduation. Roll call of members in consideration for House Bill 8728. Abaya, Abayo, Nabellanosa, Abo, Abueg, Charon, Ako, Pacosta, Acosta, Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Garao, Agabao, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castilla, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbizon, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagaw, Bagatsing, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Basada, Batawid, Bautista Bandigan, Bilar, Belmonte Feliciano, Belmonte Jose Cristobal, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertis, Biason, Billones, Beron, Bolilla, Bundok, Bordado, Bravo Anthony, Bravo Maria Vida, Brosas, Bulutbectan, Cagas, Calderon, Calixto Rubiano, Caminero, Campus, Canama, Cari, Casilao, Castelo, Castro France, Castro Predinil, Catamco, Caetano, Celeste, Seráfica, Cerilis, Chávez, Chepeco, Coco, Juanco, Juliantes, Cortés, Cortuna, Cosalán, Crisólogo, Cuba, Cuaresma, Cueva, Delipi, Datol, Daza, de Jesús de Venecia, Defensor del Mar, de Rosario, de los Montalia, Dimafor, Abdullah, Dimaporo, Mohamed Khalid, Duabit, Durana, Ti, Ilago, Inverga, Erice, Eriguel, Ermita Buhain, Escudero, Espina, Estrella, Eusebio, Ibardone, Fariñas, Fernando, Ferrer Juliet, Ferrer Luis, Ferriol, Floyrendo, Flores, Fortuno, Fuentevella, Garbin, Garces, Garcia, Gwendolyn, Garcia, Jose Enrique, Garcia Albano, Garin Oscar, Garin Sharon, Gasatay, Gatchelian, Heron, Go, Ana Cristina, Go, Mark, Gomez, Gonzaga, González Alexandria, González Aurelio, González Fernando, Goroseta, Gulias, Hernández Ferdinand, Hernández Fol, Herrera Dijo, Ferrer Los Hos, Javier, Kokong Hun, Labadabad, Lakson, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lasatin, Yachon, Lee, Limkay Chong, Lobregat, Lopez Benhur, Lopez Carlo, Lopez Manuel Luis, Loyola, Makapagalaroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawang, mga Dudato Suharto, mga Dudato Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos Mariño, Marquez Martinez, Matugas, Miliana, Mending Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles, Nolasco, Núñez, Malanyaon, Owaminal, Ocampo, Olivares, Ong Edwin, Ong Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Bininola, Pacquiao, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papanday, Pichay, Pico, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Provincia de Gabas, Kimbo, Radasa, Ramirez, Sato, Ramos, Lampagos, Revilla, Roapuna, Robes, Rocamora, Rodríguez Isidro, Rodríguez Máximo, Román Romero, Romualdo Roque, Sagdalan, Sagarbaria, Sahares, Salceda, Salimba, Gonzalo, Salón, Sambar, Sandoval, Sancopan, Santos Recto, Sarmiento César, Sarmiento Edgar Méndez, Avellano, Sema, Xiao Silvero, Sinson, Swansing Estrelleta, Swansing Horacio, Suarez, Alvarado, Tan Bunting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Sherny, Tijada, Teves, Chanco, Ting, Tiño, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupas, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Único, Uy, Juliet, Orlando, Ibarreta, Vargas Alfonso, Vilarte, Velasco, Catera, Viloso, Vergara, Villafuerte, Villanueva, Villarasa Suárez, Villarica, Villarín, Vilago, Yap Arthur, Yap Melesio, Yap Victor, Zamora, María Carmen, Zamora, Ronaldo, Zarate, Sobiri.
With 208 affirmative votes, 0 negative, 0 abstention, House Bill 8728 is hereby approved on third and final reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for consideration and third reading of House Bill number 8764, printed copies of which were previously distributed to the members of the House pursuant to rules. For this purpose, my request that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there an objection? The chair is done. The motion is approved. The Secretary General is directed to read House Bill 8764 and thereafter conduct nominal voting.
House Bill 8764, anak amending sections 4 and 8 of Republic Act number 7042 as amended, otherwise known as the Foreign Investments Act of 1991. Roll call of members in consideration of House Bill 8764. Abaya, Abayon, Avellanosa, Abo, Abueg, Acharon, Acop, Acosta, Acosta Alba, Achong, Advíncula, Garao, Agabao, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez, France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castilla, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino, Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbizon, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagao, Bagaching, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Barsaga, Bataw, Bautista Bandiga, Bilaro, Belmonte Feliciano, Belmonte Jose Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benítez, Bernos, Bertiz, Biason, Billones, Biron, Bolilla, Bundok, Bordado, Bravo, Anthony, Bravo, Marevida, Brosas, Bulutbek, Tancagas, Calderon, Calixto Rubiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casila, Costello, Castro Franz, Castro Pedinil, Catamco, Cayetano, Celeste, Seráfica, Cerilis, Chávez, Chepeco, Cojo, Juanco, Culiantes, Cortés, Cortuna, Cusalán, Crisólogo, Cuba, Cuaresma, Cueva, Delipe, Datol, Daza, de Jesús, de Venecia, Defensor del Mar, de Rosario, de los de Montalia, Dimapuro, Abdullah, Dimapuro, Mohamed Khalid, Duabit, Durana, Di, Ilago, Indiverga, Erisi, Eriguel, Ermita Boain, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Bardone, Farinas, Fernando, Ferrer Juliet, Ferrer Luis, Ferriol, Floyrendo, Flores, Fortuno, Fuentevella, Garbin, Garces, Garcia, Gwendolyn, Garcia, Jose Enrique, Garcia Albano, Garin, Oscar, Garin Sharon, Gasatay, Gatchalian, Heron, Goana Cristian, Gomar, Gomez, Gonzaga, González Alexandria, González Aurelio, González Fernando, Goroseta, Gulias, Hernández Ferdinand, Hernández Fol, Herrera D, Hofer, Los Hos, Javier, Kokong Hun, Labadabad, Lakson, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lasatin, Yachon, Lee, Limkaychong, Lovrigat, Lopez Benhur, Lopez Carlos, Lopez Manuel Luis, Loyola, Macapagalaroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawa, Mangudata, Suarto, Mangudata, Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos Mariño, Marquez Martinez, Matugas, Meliana, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Mendasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles, Nolasco, Núñez Malañón, Ovaminal, Ocampo, Olivares, Edwin, Ong Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Bininola, Pacquiao, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papandayan, Pichay, Pico, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Provincia, Sagabas, Kimbo, Radasa, Ramirez Sato, Ramos, Relampagos, Revilla, Roapuno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodriguez Isidro, Rodriguez Máximo, Roman Romero, Romualdez, Romualdo, Roques, Agdalan, Sagarbarea, Sales, Salceda, Salimba, Gonzalo, Salón, Sambar, Sandoval, Sancopan, Santos Recto, Sarmiento César, Sarmiento Edgar Meri, Sabillano Sema, Xiao Silvero, Sinson, Sonsing Estrelleta, Sonsing Horacios Suarez, Si Alvarado, Tambunting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Sherning, Tijada, Tebes, Chanco, Ting Tiño, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupasti, Umali, Unabia, Ungap, Único, Uy Juliet, Orlando, Ibareta, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Vilarde, Velasco, Velasco Cotera, Viloso, Vergara, Villafuerte, Villanueva, Villarasa Suárez, Villarica, Villarín, Yulago, Yap Arthur, Yap Melesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora María Carmen, Zamora Ronaldo, Zarate Subiri.
With 201 affirmative, 7 negative, 0 abstention, House Bill 8764 is hereby approved on third and final reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, move for consideration third reading of House Bill number 8785. Printed copies of which were previously distributed to the members of the House pursuant to rules. May I respectfully request then that Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. The Secretary General is hereby directed to read House Bill 8785 and thereafter conduct nominal voting.
House Bill 8785, an act promoting Philippine indigenous or traditional writing systems and providing for their protection, preservation, and conservation. Roll call of members in consideration of House Bill 8785. Abaya, Nabeliano sa Abo, Abuega, Charon, Acop, Acosta, Acosta, Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Agaraw, Agabao, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angar Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino, Magsaysay, Aragones, Abison, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagaw, Bagaching, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Bersaga, Bataw, Bautista, Bandigan, Bilar, Belmonte, Feliciano, Belmonte, Jose Cristoper, Belmonte, Ricardo, Benitez, Vernos, Bertis, Piazo, Billones, Miron, Bolilla, Bondoc, Bordado, Bravo, Anthony, Bravo, Maria Vida, Brosas, Bulutbek, Talcagas, Calderon, Calixto, Rubiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casilla, Castelo, Castrofran, Castro Bedinili, Catamco, Caetano, Celeste, Seráfica, Ceriles, Chávez, Chepeco, Coco, Juanco, Culiantes, Cortés, Cortuna, Cosalán, Criscolgo, Cuba, Cuaresma, Cueva, Delipia, de Tol, Daza, de Jesús, de Venecia, de Benzor, del Mar, del Usuario, de los Montala, Dimaporo, Abdullah, Dimaporo, Mohamed Khalid, Duabit, Durana, Di, Ilago, Iniverga, Erice, Eriguel, Ermita Buañ, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Ibardone, Fariñas, Fernando, Ferrer Juliet, Ferrer Luis, Ferriol, Ferrendo, Flores, Fortuno, Fuentebella, Garbín, Garces, García Gwendolyn, García José Enrique, García Albano, Garin Oscar, Garin Sharon, Casatay, Gatsalán, Girón, Goana Cristina, Gomar, Gómez Gonzaga, González Alexandria, González Aurelio, González Fernando, Goroseta, Julias Hernández, Ferdinand Hernández, Fol Herrera, Di, Hofer, Alasos, Javier, Coconjun, Labadaban, Lacson, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Nasatin, Liachon, Lilim, Caichon, Lobrigar, Lopez Benhur, Lopez Carlos, Lopez Manulis, Loyola, Macapogal Arroyo, Maceda, Mantoro, Malapita, Manalo, Mangawang, Mangudadato, Suharto, Mangudadato, Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos, Mariño, Márquez, Martínez, Matugas, Meliana, Mendín, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles, Nolasco, Núñez, Malañón, Aminalo Campo, Olivares, On Edwin, On Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Bininola, Pacquiao Patuano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papandayan, Pichay, Pico, Pimentel, Peneda, Plaza, Primicia, Sagabas, Kimbo, Radasa, Ramirez Sato, Ramos, Lampago, Servilia, Roapuna, Robes, Rocamora, Rodríguez Esido, Rodríguez Máximo, Román Romero, Romualdo Roque, Sagdalan, Sagarbaria, Sahares, Salceda, Salimbao, Gonzalo, Salón, Sambar, Sandoval, Sancopan, Santos Recto, Sarmiento César, Sarmiento Edgar Mérez, Sabillano, Sema, Xiao, Silvero, Sinson, Sonsing Estrelleta, Sonsing Horacio, Suárez, Alvarado, Tambunting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Sherni, Tijada, Tebes, Chanco, Ting, Tiño, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupas, Ti, Umali, Unabia, Ungap, Único, Uy Juliet, Orlando, Ibareta, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Vilarde, Velasco, Velasco Cotera, Viloso, Vergara, Villapuerte, Villanueva, Villaras Suárez, Villarica, Villarín, Yulago, Yap Arthur, Yap Melesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora María Carmen, Zamora Ronaldo, Zarate Subiri.
With 208 affirmative votes, 0 negative, 0 abstention, House Bill 8785 is hereby approved on third and final reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we reconsider the designation of the members of the Bicameral Conference Committee on the disagreeing provisions of House Bill number 7376 and Senate Bill number 1823 to amend its composition as follows. First, Representative Vicente S.E. Veloso. Number 2, Representative Doy C. Lachon. Number 3, Representative Arthur C. Yap. 4, Representative Henry S. Waminal. 5, Representative Strike B. Revilla. 6, Representative Ron P. Salo. 7, Representative Joaquin M. Chipeco. And 8, Representative Anthony M. Bravo. So moved, Mr. Speaker.
Is there an objection? The chair stands. Motion is approved.
Mr. Speaker, I move for consideration and third reading of House Bill number 8786, printed copies of which was previously distributed to members of the House pursuant to rules. For this purpose, may I request that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting. So moved, Mr. Speaker.
Is there an objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. The Secretary General is hereby directed to read House Bill 8786 and thereafter conduct nominal voting.
House Bill 8786, anak renewing for another 25 years the franchise granted to Audiovisual Communicators Incorporated under Republic Act number 8124 entitled Anak granting the Audiovisual Communicators Incorporated a franchise to construct, install, operate, and maintain radio and television broadcasting stations in the Philippines. Roll call of members in consideration of House Bill 8786. Abaya, Nabeliano sa Abo, Abueg, Charon, Ako, Pacosta, Acosta, Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Garaw, Agabao, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castilla, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino, Mogsese, Aragones, Albizon, Arcides, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagaw, Bagatsing, Bagidat, Banal, Barbers, Barsaga, Bataol, Bautista, Bandica, Bilaro, Belmonte, Pilesiano, Belmonte, Jose Cristopero, Belmonte, Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertiz, Biason, Billones, Beron, Bolilla, Bundok, Bordado, Bravo, Anthony, Bravo, Marevida, Brosas, Bulut, Bectan, Cagas, Calderon, Calixto Urbiano, Caminero, Campus, Canama, Cari, Casilo, Castelo, Castro Franz, Castro Padenili, Catamco, Caetano, Celeste, Seráfica, Ceriles, Chávez, Chepeco, Coco, Juanco, Juliantes, Cortés, Cortuna, Cusalan, Crisólogo, Cuba, Cuaresma, Cueva, Dalipia, Datol, Daza, de Jesús, de Venecia, Defensor del Mar, del Rosario, de los Montala, de Mapur, Abdullah, Dimapura, Mohamed Khalid, Duabit, Durano, Di, Ilago, Enverga, Erice, Eriguel, Ermita Buain, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Bardone, Fariñas, Fernando, Ferrer, Juliet, Ferrer, Luis, Ferriol, Floyrendo, Flores, Fortuno, Fentevella, Garbin, Garces, García, Gwendolyn, García, José Enrique, García Albano, Garin Oscar, Garin Sharon, Gasatay, Gachalian, Heron, Goana Cristina, Gomar, Gómez, Gonzaga, González, Alexandria, González Aurelio, González Fernando, Goroseta, Gulias, Hernández Ferdinand, Hernández Paul, Herrera Hofer, Loses, Javier Conjun, Labadabat, Lacson, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lasatin, Liachon, Lilim, Caichon, Lobregat, Lopez Benhur, Lopez Caro, Lopez Manuelis, Loyola, Macapagal Arroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawa, Manudadato Suarto, Manudadato Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos, Marino, Marquez, Martínez, Matugas, Miliano, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Merresol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles, Nolasco, Noños, Malañaon, Oaminal, Ocampo, Olivares, Edwin, Henry, Ortega, Pablo, Ortega, Bininola, Pacquiao, Patuano, Palma, Pancho, Paganiban, Panotes, Papanday, Pichay, Pico, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Primicia, Sagabas, Kimbo, Radasa, Ramirez Sato, Ramos, Lampagos, Revilla, Roapuno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodríguez Isidro, Rodríguez Máximo, Román, Romero, Romualdez, Romualdo, Roque, Sagdalan, Sagarbaria, Sales, Salceda, Salimbao, Gonzalo, Salón, Sambar, Sandoval, Sancopan, Santos Recto, Sarmiento César, Sarmiento Edgar Meris, Sabeliano, Semas, Xiao, Silvero, Sinson, Swansing, Estrelleta, Swansing, Horacio, Suárez, Si Alvarado, Tan Bunting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Cherni, Tijada, Tebes, Chanco, Ting, Tiño, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupas, Ti, Umari, Unabia, Ungab, Único, Uy, Juliet, Orlando, Ibareta, Vargas, Alfonso, Vilar de Velasco, Velasco Catera, Viloso, Vergara, Villafuerte, Villanueva, Villarasa, Suárez, Villarica, Villarín, Villago, Yap Arthur, Yap Pilesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora Maria Carmen, Zamora Ronaldo, Sarate, Sobiri.
With 209 affirmative votes, 0 negative, 0 abstention, House Bill 8786 is hereby approved on third and final reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for consideration and third reading House Bill number 8791, printed copies of which were previously distributed to the members pursuant to our rules. For this purpose, may I request that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting. So move, Mr.
Is
Speaker.
there an objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. The Secretary General is hereby directed to read House Bill 8791, thereafter conduct nominal voting.
House Bill 8791, an act providing for the comprehensive regulatory and legal framework for collective investment schemes. Roll call of members in consideration of House Bill 8791. Abaya, Abayo, Nabellanosa, Abo, Abuega, Charon, Acop, Acosta, Acosta, Alba, Ajong, Adbicula, Garaw, Agabao, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castilla, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino, Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbison, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagao, Bagasilan, Bagaching, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Basaga, Batawel, Bautista, Bandican, Bilaro, Belmonte, Piliciano, Belmonte Jose Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertiz, Biason, Billones, Biron, Bolilla, Bundok, Bordado, Bravo Anthony, Bravo Maria Vida, Brosas, Bulutbek, Tatcagas, Calderon, Calixto Urbiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casilo, Castelo, Castro Prans, Castro Petinil, Catamco, Caetano, Celeste, Seráfica, Ceriles, Chávez, Chepeco, Coco, Juanco, Culiantes, Cortés, Cortuna, Cusalán, Crisólogo, Cuba, Coresma, Cueva, Dalipit, Datol, Daza, de Jesús de Venecia, Defensor, Del Mar, del Rosario, de los Montales, Dimapuro, Abdullah, Dimapuro, Mohamed Khalid, Duabit, Durano, Di, Ilago, Niverga, Erisi, Eriguel, Ermita, Buhan, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Ibardone, Fariñas, Fernando, Ferrer, Juliet, Ferrer, Luis, Ferriol, Floyrendo, Flores, Fortun, Fortuno, Fentevella, Garbin, Garces, García, Gwendolyn, García, José Enrique, García, Albano, Garin Oscar, Garin Sharon, Gasatay, Gachelan, Heron, Luana Cristina, Gomar, Gomez, Gonzaga, González Alexandria, González Aurelia, González Fernando, Goroseta, Julias Hernández, Ferdinand Hernández, Fol, Herrera D, Hofer, a los Hos, Javier, Coconjun, Labadaba, Daxon, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lesatin, Liachon, Lilim, Kaichong, Lobrigat, Lopez Benhur, Lopez Carlos, Lopez Manuel Liis, Loyola, Makapaglaroya, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawa, Mangudato, Suharto, Mangudato, Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos, Mariño, Marquez, Martínez, Matugas, Miliana, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles, Nolasco, Núñez Malañao, Nominal Campo, Olivares, On Edwin, On Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Bininola, Pacquiao Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papanday, Pichay, Pico, Pimentel, Peneda, Plaza, Provincia de Zacabas, Kimbo, Radasa, Ramirez Sato, Ramos, Lampagos, Revilla, Roapuno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodríguez, Isidro, Rodríguez Máximo, Román Romero, Romualdo Roque, Sagdalan, Sagarbaria, Sajales, Salceda, Sarimba, Gonzalo, Salón, Sambar, Sandoval, Sancopan, Santos Recto, Sarmiento, César, Sarmiento, Edgar Méndez, Savillano, Sema, Xiao, Silvero, Sinson, Swansing, Estrelleta, Swansing, Horacio, Suarez, Si Alvarado, Tan Botín, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Cherny, Tijada, Tevez, Chanco, Ting, Tiño, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupas, Ti, Umale, Unabia, Unab, Único, Oy Juliet, Oy Rolando, Oy Barreta, Vargas, Vargas, Ponzo, Velarde, Velasco, Velasco Cotera, Veloso, Vergara, Villafuerte, Villanueva, Villarasa, Suarez, Villarica, Villaren, Vilago, Yap Arthur, Yap Melesio, Yap Yu, Zamora, Maria Carmen, Zamora, Ronaldo, Zarate, Sobiri.
With 202 affirmative votes, 7 negative, 0 abstention, House Bill 8791 is hereby approved on third and final reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we elect Representative Gavini C. Pancho as member of the House of Representatives Electoral Tribunal, Vice the late Representative Rodel M. Batucabe. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there an objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved.
Mr. Speaker, I move for consideration and third reading House Bill number 8646, printed copies of which were previously distributed to the members of the House pursuant to our rules. For this purpose, my request that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there an objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. The Secretary General is hereby directed to read House Bill 8646 and thereafter conduct nominal voting.
House Bill 8646, an act creating 9 additional branches of the Regional Trial Court in the 12th Judicial Region to be stationed in the city of Tacorong and in the municipality of Isulan, province of Sultan Kudarat, and appropriating funds, therefore amending for the purpose Section 14M of Batas Pambansa Bilang 129, otherwise known as the Judiciary Organization Act of 1980 as amended. Roll call of members in consideration of House Bill 8646. Abaya, Abayo, Nabellanosa, Aba, Buega, Charon, Ako, Pacosta, Acosta, Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Agaraw, Agabao, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amantong, Andaya, Angara Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino, Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbizon, Arciles, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagao, Bacaching, Bagdinat, Banal, Barbers, Basaga, Batawid, Bautista Bandiga, Bilar, Belmonte Veneciano, Belmonte Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertis, Biason, Billones, Biron, Bolilla, Bundok, Bordado, Bravo, Anthony, Bravo, Maria Vida, Brosas, Bulutbek, Tatcagas, Calderon, Calistorbiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casila, Castelo, Castro Plans, Castro Predenil, Catamco, Caetano, Celeste, Seráfica, Ceriles, Chávez, Chepeco, Coco, Juanco, Coliantes, Cortés, Cortuna, Cusalan, Crisólogo, Cuba, Coresma, Cueva, Delipe, Datol, Daza, de Jesús, de Venecia, Defensor del Mar, de los Ares, de los Montalia, de Mapuro, Abdullah, Dimaporo, Muhammad Khalid, Duabet, Durano, Di, Ilago, Nilverga, Erice, Eriguel, Ermita Buen, Escudero, Espina, Estrella, Eusebio, Ibardone, Fariñas, Fernanda, Ferrer, Juliet, Ferrer Luis, Ferriol, Florendo, Flores, Fortuno, Fendeville, Garbin, Garces, García Gwendolyn, García José Enrique, García Albano, Garin Oscar, Garin Sharon, Gazatay, Gachelian Heron, Goana Cristina, Gomar, Gómez, Gonzaga, González Alexandria, González Aurelio, González Fernando, Goroseta, Gulias, Hernández Ferdinand, Hernández Fol, Herrera D, Hofer, Aloses, Javier, Coconjun, Labadabar, Lacson, Lacman, Lanete, Laugan, Lesatin, Diachon, Lee, Limcaichon, Lobret, Lobrigat, Lopez Benhur, Lopez Carlos, Lopez Manuelis, Loyola, Macapagalaroya, Maceda, Matrona, Malapita, Manalo, Mangawang, Mangudato Suharto, Mangudato Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos, Mariño, Marquez, Martínez, Matugas, Villana, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles, Tolasco, Núñez, Malañaun, Guaminal, Ocampo, Olivares, Edwin, Henry, Ortega, Pablo, Ortega, Bininola, Pacquiao, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papandayan, Pichay, Pico, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Primicia, Sagabas, Kimbo, Rodaza, Ramirez Sato, Ramos, Lampagos, Revilla, Roapuno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodríguez Isidro, Rodríguez Maxero, Román Romero, Romualdo Rojas, Sagdales, Sagarbaria, Sajales, Salceda, Salimba, Gonzalo, Salón, Sambar, Sandoval, Sancopan, Santos Recto, Sarmiento, César, Sarmiento, Edgar Sabillano, Sema, Ciao, Selvero, Sinson, Swansing, Estrelleta, Sausin, Horacio, Suárez, Si Alvarado, Tambunting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Cherni, Tijada, Tebes, Chanco, Tiño, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupas, Tío, Mali, Unavia, Ungab, Único, Oy Juliet, Oy Rolando, Oy Barreta, Vargas Alfonso, Vilar de Velasco, Cotera, Viloso, Vergara, Villaferta, Villanueva, Villarasa Suárez, Villarica, Villarín, Vilago, Yap Artur, Yap Milesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora María Carmen, Zamora Ronaldo, Zarate Sobiri.
With 209 affirmative votes, 0 negative, 0 abstention, House Bill 8646 is hereby approved on third and final reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, move for consideration third reading of House Bill number 8666, printed copies of which were previously distributed to the members of the House pursuant to rules. For this purpose, my request that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Mali. 8658. 8666. Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. The Secretary General is hereby directed to read House Bill 8666 and thereafter conduct nominal voting.
House Bill 8666, creating one additional branch of the Regional Trial Court in the 12th Judicial Region to be stationed in the municipality of Emlang, Province of Cotabato, and appropriating funds therefore. Amending for the purpose Section 14M of Batas Pambansa Bilang 129, otherwise known as the Judiciary Regulation Act of 1980 as amended. Roll call of members in consideration of House Bill 8666. Abaya, Nabellanosa, Aba, Buega, Charon, Acosta, Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Agaraw, Agabao, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amantong, Andaya, Angara Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino, Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbizon, Arciles, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagao, Bocaching, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Basaca, Batawid, Batista Bandiga, Bilaro, Belmonte Feliciano, Belmonte Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Vernos, Bertis, Biason, Billones, Veron, Bolilla, Bundok, Bordado, Bravo Anthony, Bravo Maria Vida, Brosas, Bulutbek, Cagas, Calderon, Calistorbiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casilo, Castelo, Castro Franz, Castro Pedinil, Catamco, Caetano, Celeste, Seráfica, Cerilis, Chávez, Chepeco, Coco, Juanco, Colliantes, Cortés, Cortuna, Cosolan, Crisolgo, Cuba, Coresma, Cueva, Dalipia, Datol, Daza, de Jesus, de Venecia, Defensor, del Mar, del Rosario, de los Montalia, Dimapuro Abdullah, Dimapuro Mohamed Khalid, Duabit, Durano, Di, Ilago, Neverga, Erice, Eriguel, Ermita Buhang, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Bardone, Fariñas, Fernando, Ferrer, Juliet, Ferrer, Luis, Ferriol, Florendo, Flores, Fortuno, Fedevelle, Garbin, Garzas, García, Gwendolyn, García, José Enrique, García Albano, Garin, Oscar, Garin Sharon, Gasatay, Gachela, Herón, Luana Cristina, Gomar, Gómez, Gonzaga, González, Alexandria, González Aurelio, González Fernando, Goreseta, Julias Hernández, Ferdinand Hernández, Fol, Herrera Di, Hofer, Los Hos, Javier, Kokong Labadabat, Lakson, Lakman, Laneta, Laugan, Lesatin, Yachon, Lili, Kaichon, Lobrigat, Lopez Benhur, Lopez Carlo, Lopez Manulis, Loyola, Makapaglaroy, Maceda, Matrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawa, Mudadato, Suharto, Mangodato Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos Barriño, Marquez Martínez, Matugas, Miliana, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles, Nolasco, Noños, Malañaon, Uaminal, Ocampo, Olivares, On Edwin, On Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Bininola, Pacquiao, Patuano, Palma, Pancho, Panganebian, Panotes, Papandayan, Pizza, Pico, Pimentel, Peneda, Plaza, Premisia, Sarbas, Kimbo, Radasa, Ramirasado, Ramos, Lampagos, Revilla, Roapuno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodríguez, Isidro, Rodríguez Máximo, Román, Romero, Romualdez, Romualdo, Roque, Sagdala, Sagarbaria, Sahales, Salceda, Salimbaon, Salo, Salón, Sambar, Sandoval, Sancopal, Santos Rectos, Sarmiento, César, Sarmiento, Edgar Méndez, Avillano, Sema, Xiao, Silverio, Sinson, Swansing, Estrelleta, Swansing, Horacio Suárez, Si Alvarado, Tambotín, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Sherni, Tejada, Tebes, Chanco, Tiño, Tolentino, Treña, Stugna, Tu, Pasti, Umali, Unabia, Ungab Único, Uy, Juliet, Orlando, Albareta, Vargas Alfonso, Vilarde, Velasco, Velasco Cuatera, Viloso, Vergara, Villafuerte, Villanueva, Villaraza Suárez, Villarica, Villarín, Villago, Yap Arthur, Yap Melesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora, Maria Carmen, Zamora Ronaldo, Sara Tisobiri.
With 209 affirmative votes, 0 negative, 0 abstention, House Bill 8666 is hereby approved on third and final reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, move for consideration and third reading of House Bill number 8757, printed copies of which were previously distributed to members of the House pursuant to our rules. For this purpose, my request of the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting. So moved, Mr. Speaker.
Is there an objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. The Secretary General is hereby directed to read House Bill 8757, thereafter conduct nominal voting.
House Bill 8757, an act establishing a special economic zone and pre-port in the area encompassing the barangays of Dumabel, San Leonardo, Pinaripad Norte, Palasian, Ligaya, Villa Ventura, Yudol, and Pinaridad Sur, all located in the municipality of Aglipay, province of Quirino, creating for this purpose the authority of the pre-port area of Quirino. Roll call of members in consideration of House Bill 8757. Abaya, Nabiliano sa Abo, Abega, Charon, Ako, Acosta, Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Garawa, Gabao, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez Franz, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amantong, Andaya, Angara Castilla, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino, Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbizon, Arcidias, Arenas, Atienza, Aumenta, Bagao, Bogaching, Bagilat, Banal, Barber, Bersaga, Batawad, Bautista, Bandiga, Bilaro, Belmonte Feliciano, Belmonte Jose Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertis, Biason, Billones, Beron, Bolilla, Bundok, Bordado, Bravo, Anthony, Bravo, Maravida, Brosas, Bulutbek, Cagas, Calderon, Calistorbiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casila, Castelo, Castroplan, Castropedinil, Catamco, Caetano, Celeste, Seráfica, Cerelis, Chávez, Chepeco, Coco, Juanco, Coliantes, Cortés, Cortuna, Coselán, Crisolgo, Cuba, Coresma, Cueva, Delipia, de Toldaza, de Jesús de Venecia, Defensor del Mar, de Rosario, de los Montalia, de Dimapur, Abdullah, Dimapur, Mohamed Khalid, Duabit, Durano, Di, Ilago, Invega, Erice, Eriguel, Ermita Buhain, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Ibardone, Fariñas, Fernando, Ferrer, Juliet, Ferrer, Luis, Ferriol, Florendo, Flores, Fortuno, Fendebella, Garbin, Garzas, García, Gwendolyn, García, José Enrique, García Albano, Garin Oscar, Garin Sharon, Gasatay, Gachelan, Heron, Ana Cristina, Mark, Gómez, Gonzaga, González, Alexandria, González Aurelio, González Fernando, Goroseta, Julias, Hernández Ferdinand, Hernández Fol, Herrera Di, Hofer, Los Os, Javier Co, Conjun, Labadabat, Laxon, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lesatin, Chon, Lilim, Caichon, Lobrigat, López, Benhur, López Caro, López Manuelis, Loyola, Makapaglaroy, Maceda, Matrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawang, mga data ato Suharto, mga data ato Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos Marinho, Marquez Martinez, Matugas, Meliana, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles, Nolasco, Núñez, Malañano, Aminalo Campo, Olivares, Ong Edwin, Ong Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Bininola, Pacquiao, Patuano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papandayan, Pichay, Pico, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Primicia, Sagabas, Kibo, Radasa, Ramirez, Sato, Ramos, Lampagos, Revilla, Roapuna, Robes, Rocamora, Rodriguez, Isidro, Rodriguez, Máximo, Roman, Romero, Romualdez, Romualdo, Roque, Sagdalan, Sagarbaria, Sahales, Salceda, Salimbaon, Salo, Salón, Sambar, Sandoval, Sancopan, Santos Recto, Sarmiento César, Sarmiento Edgar Mary, Sabeliano, Sema, Siao, Silvera, Singson, Swansing Estrelleta, Swansing Horacio Suarez, Si Alvarado, Tan Bunting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Sherne, Tijada, Tebes, Chanco, Ting, Tiño, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupas, Ti, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Único, Uy, Juliet, Orlando, Ibareta, Vargas, Vargas, Alfonso, Vilarda, Velasco, Velasco Catera, Veloso, Vergara, Villapuerte, Villanueva, Villarreal Suárez, Villarica, Villarín, Vilago, Yap Arthur, Yap Melesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora Maracarmen, Zamora Ronaldo, Zarate Subiri.
With 209 affirmative votes, 0 negative, 0 abstention, House Bill 8757 is hereby approved on third and final reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for consideration and third reading of House Bill number 8762, printed copies of which were previously distributed to members of the House pursuant to rules. For this purpose, my request that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting. So move, Mr.
Is
Speaker.
there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved.
House
Sec-
Bill 8762, entitled An Act Commemorating the Plebiscite Victory on the cityhood of San Jose del Monte with Tanglawan Festival, to be held annually on September 10 on the occasion of the Foundation Day of the City of San Jose del Monte, Province of Bulacan, amending for the purpose Republic Act number 9750. Roll call of members in consideration of House Bill number 8762. Abaya, Abayon, Abellanosa, Abu, Abueg, Acharon, Acop, Acosta, Acosta Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Agarao, Agabao, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbison, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Omentado, Bagao, Bagatsing, Bagilat, Panal, Barbers, Barzaga, Batawil, Bautista Bandigan, Belaro, Belmonte Feliciano, Belmonte Jose Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertiz, Biason, Billones, Biron, Bolilia, Bondoc, Bordado, Bravo Anthony, Bravo Maria Vida, Brosas, Bulot Begtang, Cagas, Calderon, Calixto Rubiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casilao, Castelo, Castro France, Castro Fredenil, Catamco, Cayetano, Celeste, Serafica, Cerillas, Chavez, Chipeco, Coanco, Colliantes, Cortez, Cortuna, Cosalan, Crisologo, Cua, Quaresma, Cueva, Dalipe, Datol, Daza, De Jesus, de Venecia, Defensor, Del Mar, Del Rosario, Del Oso Montalia, Dimaporo Mohamad, Duavit Dorano, Di Elago, Enverga, Erice, Erigel, Ermita Buhain, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Evardone, Fariñas, Fernando, Ferrer Juliet, Ferrer Luis, Ferriol, Florendo, Flores, Fortuno, Fuentebella, Garbin, Garces, Garcia Gwendolyn, Garcia Jose Enrique, Garcia Albano, Garin, Oscar, Garin Sharon, Gasataya, Gatchalian, Heron, Go Ana Cristina, Go Mark, Gomez Gonzaga, Gonzales Alexandria, Gonzales Aurelio, Gonzales Fernando, Goriseta, Gullias, Hernandez Ferdinand, Hernandez Paul, Herrera D. Hofer, Halosos, Javier, Co, Congun, Labad-Labad, Lacson, Lagman, Lanete, Luagan, Lazatin, Leachon, Lee, Lim Kaichong, Lobregat, Lopez Benher, Lopez Carlo, Lopez Manuel Luis, Loyola, Macapagal Arroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawang, Mangudadato Suharto, Mangudadato Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos, Marino, Marquez, Martinez, Matugas, Melania, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles, Jericho, Nolasco, Nunez Malañao, Noa Minal, Ocampo, Olivares, Ong, Edwin Ong Henry Ortega Pablo Ortega Vininola Pacquiao Rogelio Paduano Palma Pancho Panganiban Panotes Papandayan Pichay Pico Pimentel Pineda Plaza Primicia Sagabas Kimbo Radaza Ramirez Sato Ramos Relampagos Revilla Roa Puno Robes Rocamora Rodriguez Isidro Rodriguez Maximo Roman Romero Romualdez Romualdo Roque Sakdalan Sagarbaria Sahali Salceda Salimbangon Salos Salon Sambar Sandoval Sancopan Santos Recto Sarmiento Cesar Sarmiento Edgar Mary Saveliano Sema Xiao Silverio Singson Swansing Estrella Swansing Horacio Suarez C. Alvarado Tambunting Tan Angelina Tan Milagros Tan Sherny Abubakar Tejada Teves Chanco Ting Tino Tolentino Treñas Tugna Tupas T. Umali Unabia Ungad Unico Uy Juliet Uy Rolando Uy Barreta Vargas Vargas Alfonso Velarde Velasco Velasco Catera Veloso Vergara Villafuerte Villanueva Villaraza Suarez Villarica Villarin Violago Yap Arthur Yap Melesio Yap Victor Yu Zamora Maria Carmen Zamora Ronaldo Zarate Zubiri.
With 209 affirmative votes, 0 negative, 0 abstention, the House Bill 8762 is hereby approved on third and final reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that the Secretary General be directed to transmit to the Senate all the bills approved on third reading. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved.
Mr.
Majority
Speaker,
Leader.
I move that we adjourn session until tomorrow, January 15 at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So
Is
move,
there any
Mr. Speaker.
objection? The session is adjourned till 15 January 2019 at 3 o'clock. Haba nito.